Wherever you are, you start the conversation.
I'm shy, man.
Somebody could be standing there not even bothering to involve himself in any situation, and then suddenly somebody will be talking about something, and you drag that person in. They didn't want to be involved in your conversation, and then now by the end of it, but you've already sorted them about 4 times, and then they're already now invested because you've insulted them. And then now, by the end of the night, you're there chatting to them, asking them about them, trying to give them marriage advice or what type of relationship advice you want to give them.
I defend it.
Let's go on tonight's conversation to be done with it. That's
you and Webbs used to do that. Used to bring people into the conversation that were like someone who was there on the periphery. If you caught eye with them and thought actually they heard what we're talking about, you would automatically involve them in the conversation.
You know what? I feel sorry for those people because what they do is they'll go by association and assume that I also want to talk to them, and I don't want to talk to them. I don't.
I like meeting new people. So
same.
Yeah.
I
think that it keeps me young.
It's good to talk and to be social, man. Do you know what I mean? Like the other day when he was at, where was he? At the get off your chest boxing thing.
I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, like obviously the afters was better than
much.
I said that to my wife just today. I said the afters is always better than the event. I said if I could go to the afters rather than go to the event.
And that's what we used to do.
In fact, that's why we had the conversation in the first place.
You left.
That's right. Yeah, because I wanted to go and do what I was doing with the DIY. Because I was wondering what's going to happen there. Is it going to start popping off?
Oh, it was a good conversation.
But I didn't know because everything seemed like everyone was going about their separate ways. So I said, you know what?
And that's why sometimes you just wait to the end.
I looked at you. It's you I looked at. I looked at Mr. Wolf. I said,
is he staying?
Is Mr. Wolf staying? But then you looked like you was going. So I said, Mr. Wolf looks like he's going. So I can't rely on Stav because Stav will stay to the very end. It don't matter if he's there and the dog, him and the cockroach in the corner. He will be there chatting to them. So I said, you know, I can't.
Relationship advice.
But if Mr. Wolf is staying, then maybe I might just stay alone.
See, you gotta control your bitch.
If the meat, if the meat is going somewhere.
I know you begging, eloquently saying nothing, yeah. ESN, eloquently saying nothing, yeah.
It sound better faster.
It does, but slow it down a little bit. Right there.
Yeah. Eloquently saying nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects, welcome to the ESN podcast.
Hey, the 30th of December.
What's going on?
Shout out Wavy. The Uganda versus Nigeria.
No, for real.
Is that right?
UG.
That is a match I would like to see the fans.
Yeah.
Or a selection of the fans, I should say.
Yes.
Who's playing?
Who do you think is playing?
Yes.
Oh, this guy.
I can only assume that this is copyright-free music because everybody puts it on their thing.
It's an advert, isn't it?
I thought it was a game.
You hear it on everything, don't you?
Yeah.
Where was I? After that.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects. Welcome to another episode of Eloquently Saying Nothing. Today's episode number is episode number
543.
In your blood clean.
The time is 8:52 on the 21st of December 2025.
And we are at
One Stop Dreadlock Studios,
North London,
on this fine Sunday evening.
Am I that predictable? You've been doing it for 200 episodes, blood. Of course we know what you're going to say. All right, thank you, welcome. Hashtag, come on, I'm enjoying this.
Hashtag ESN Pod for all your social medias, at esnpodcast at gmail.com for all the emails and all them thing there that make us righteous.
Tell them.
And he is your host.
I've ridiculed everyone on the roster. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize.
Take your belt.
To absolutely nobody. Get down. The double tap does what the he wants. Paying the cost to be the boss.
At ESN, sorry, at Stavros Boss on most of the socials.
Mm-hmm.
What else are we doing next?
And on your left hand
sure?
side.
On my left. All right, in front of me.
It's not like he's going to give him that much time anyway. At Big Wahala on Insta, Big Wahala on Twitter. What's good, people?
Who's next? To my right, the honourable gentleman.
Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, Empress Menen Mama.
Gaza forever.
That man say, oh, Gaza we say forever. Alliance of the Foundation. A boom, bam, boo da 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 da.
In our arts, always in celebration of our brethren, our brother, my cold D, DJ Web Slinger.
Spider sense tingling.
For real.
Shout him out.
12 months, boy.
12 months.
Deep.
Yeah. The whole year, just like that. Boof.
Yeah. I was with his sister the other day.
Was you?
Yeah.
I messaged her late, but I forgot to message her. I remember doing the morning.
When you messaged.
Oh, you were there on our message, yeah.
Yeah, I remember doing. I was like, let me message, and then life got ahead of me, boy. I said after, but not, and then I messaged her to make sure.
Did she cuss me?
Probably.
Nah, she thought it was sweet.
I messaged her late.
I'm sure I got cussed.
Okay, I was
about
I ducked off to work.
12 o'clock in the morning, but she got it in the morning.
As in night?
No, as in
afternoon.
11:45ish.
Okay. Yeah, she was saying that people were messaging her, and yeah. So obviously it's nice, but what did she say about you actually? Like, you messaged before about something or something. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, we were there just chopping it up, talking about life and whatnot. Not in a bad way actually. It wasn't too somber, but yeah, our brethren been a year. But he's always in our hearts.
That's crazy, you know. That it is.
And then obviously you had your thing.
Yeah.
And then the day after was MG's thing.
The MG thing, yeah.
Yeah. So I was looking at pictures of. I had a picture of us, me. with I'm gonna call her sis. Me with sis, and Webbs, and one of her sons, like about 10 years ago or something like that, in some restaurant. I'm like, what were we doing together? Whatever. She's like, it must have been for MG. I'm like, yeah, but it was like the week before. She's like, maybe that's the only time we could have got together. What other reason would we getting together for dinner? So Mazine. So yeah. So it's I don't even know what to say. I'm just gonna introduce the honourable man, the chairman. And so I need to speak to you about something. I've been very rude. I'm not going to say on the pod, but I've even asked you about certain occasions and how it went. So my bad. When we finish, please, if you understand what I'm talking about, remind me.
I'll remind you.
Remind me to ask you to tell me.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
Defend it.
Wait for the wolf, who should be coming directly.
You sending the wolf?
You feel better, motherfucker?
Shit, Negro. That's all you had to say.
How much the wolf?
What's going on, people? Pleasure to be here in my second home. I should say, around my brothers, you know. You can catch me on Instagram on aka Mr. Wolf, on Twitter on aka_Mr. Wolf. What's going on? I've got something from someone called Aremo Gemini. Aremo Gemini. His name is Aremo Yusuf Alabi Balogun. You can catch him on Instagram. His page states that he is a poet, an author, and he says that my work breathes where theory cannot. I bend language because it belongs to me too. He is a Yoruba native, as you can imagine, guess from his name. And he sat down with another gentleman, can't find his page, but he's talking about different ways to speak to your woman and to tell them how much you love them. So it's a bit of a long one. just under 2 minutes, but have a listen to this.
I want you to teach me a few words to do with love. You've already told me Ayofe, the one I have chosen.
Yes.
To love. Oh, give me 2 other words that I can say to a loved one.
There's Ololufe, which is popular, which is my lover.
Ololufe.
That is like very popular. We have Enibi Okomi.
Enibi Okomi.
Enibi Okomi.
Enibi Okomi.
Yes, the one who takes the form of my heart.
The one who takes the form of my heart.
Yes.
What is your favorite term of endearment?
Favorite term of endearment? Enibi Okomi still tops the list.
Okay.
Enibi Okomi tops the list, and you're fair. There are some terms of endearment that are like praises that extends into praising the beauty. Like when you say awelewa mi or awelewa. Now, awelewa we means to cut something into portions.
Yeah.
Awe, portions of things. Ewa means beauty. Awelewa, portions of beauty wrapped into one body. Awelewa, portions of beauty, segment of beauty, you know. Imagine picking beauty from different elements, picking beauty from the sun, the moon, the flower, and then encompassing it together. Awelewa. You know, even the Yoruba word for, translated as I love you is like deeper in context. But when we say Moni Fere, we translate it as I love you. But in the real sense, Moni Fere means I have your love. Moni Ifere. Moni, when you say Nkan Nimi, that means something that you have, something that you possess. Moni Ifere, I have your love and I'm clinging onto it. But when we now contextualize it, we just say, I love you. But when you break it down, I have your love and I'm clinging onto it.
I want you to teach me a few words.
And that's that. That's the complexities of many languages outside of the English language, to be fair. And to be fair, a lot of people who don't speak English, they'll probably say the same. But as we know, the Yoruba language is very complex and it's a lot deeper.
That has explained Yoruba demons to me just now.
Yeah, he said money. Money. He said money and
money?
He did. Listen to what he said.
Money.
Yeah, money.
Oh, no,
cash. Cash.
No.
Money. I know.
He knows it.
Money. That's what I heard. Phonetically, I heard money.
What I heard is that you can get a woman's panties wet by telling her I love you in 12 different ways in quick succession.
Well, to those that speak the language, like some of when people talk about the game that some people have, some people got game, and just by speaking a language in itself, shout out on it. Like speaking a language in itself just gives you an element of game, and the Yoruba language is one of those.
Well, that's why you have the sweet talking. Even when they start talking English, they start talking in poetry. Because for me to say in Yoruba is poetic. But for English, like you said, this deep meaning, I just have to change it to I love you. If you don't want to just give it the simple thing, you embellish.
Yeah, that's right.
You zhuzh it up. You add your sesame seeds onto the chicken. and that's it. So now, just talking English, it's like, oh, yeah, you really went above and beyond saying how you feel about me. It's like, well, for me, it's normal. It's standard.
I've got a real adoration for people who speak multiple languages.
I do as well.
I know a few people that speak 3, 4, 5 different languages, and they include like my missus speaks Yoruba, or understands it fully, and because of certain situations, how our people make fun of you if you don't pronounce a word correctly. That's part of the reason why some of our generation don't speak it, but they understand it. But she and other people who speak multiple languages, some of them don't have a full understanding of how privileged they are.
Of course,
how good they've got it.
Of course not.
In comparison to people who only speak one.
Yeah,
or maybe 1.5.
Yeah, because it's not their reality, isn't it? It's like you have whatever other talent you have, and somebody else looks at you and thinks it's a magical thing, and you think nothing of it because it's just something you've always had.
When I was the other day,
but you got to appreciate that talent, though. You have to.
You'd expect so, but
a lot of people.
That's the point of taking it for granted, isn't it? It's normal to you. It's not It's not anything special. Sorry, Mr. Wahala, what you saying?
That's fair enough.
No, he cut me. He didn't care that he cut me. I just let him cut.
No, we were in the middle of a conversation.
No, he had finished saying what you're saying. You was like,
Did you finish? Yes, you did. Okay.
But anyway, it's fine. But where I was the other day, I was in a room and there was a German person, there was a Swiss person, there's English people, and there was French people, right? And one guy he started speaking to me. He spoke in English. Then the German person came. He spoke to them in German. Then somebody Swiss came. He spoke to them in Swiss German. Then somebody came speaking to him in French, and he spoke to them in French. All effortlessly.
Just like
mad scene, bruv. I said, this man that spoke 4 different languages in the space of like an hour. I like nothing. Well, Swiss German and German is kind of the same.
Yeah.
But they're 2 different languages still.
Yeah.
And then the French and then the English.
Yeah. But to be honest with you, it's really a mad indictment on us. And I don't necessarily mean us in this room, but I mean us people that are born in melting pot cities, because by rights we should speak multiple languages just because of the communities that we grow up in and the interactions that we have.
The problem that we have in this country is that English is the default language for the majority of the world, right? So that's the problem. The thing that we should have done in this country and our parents should have done for us is that they should not, again, and this is what other countries have, they're different. They should not have spoke to us in English. There is no reason for you to speak to us in English. We're going to go to school and learn English. We're going to learn English. Whatever happens, we are going to learn English. It's the languages that are in the houses or our languages that we're not going to learn. That's what they should have been speaking to us from the very beginning to push that the narrative that we can speak those languages. And then English we will just pick up because we're going to pick it up. There's no debate about that. You're going to learn English. But in other countries, it's the other way around, where obviously the default languages are the default languages, and then you pick up English because they almost have to pick up English because English is then taught in schools, and it's taught heavily in schools because of the fact that English is probably apart from obviously Mandarin because of the amount of people. English is the most popular language in the world.
If you're in Amsterdam and you're talking to somebody and you try to talk to them in their language and you're not doing very well. In English, like just speak English. It's like because it's so easy for them because we've been learning this.
Yeah,
we speak English anyway. So many places like that. Just speak. I know French have their thing where it's like, no, we want you to speak French if you could do it. But certain other places just let's just speak English because it's easy.
The Dutch and the Portuguese, they teach their children in primary school from the age of 5 how to speak English. So that's their secondary language. That's why they speak it so well. And the same thing is with Nigeria. They teach them from when they're 5 how to speak English. And when they're in that city or in the cities, they know their native tongue. But then from the age of 5, they teach them English. But to go back on your point, the melting pot of London, the city that we're in, like we know a lot of people whose parents were born back home from different cultures, all kind of cultures, whether it's India, Pakistan, and other countries in Africa. But I find that the majority of the parents have taught their children how to speak those languages. I find that in my experience, a majority of those parents have taught their children who are kind of our generation and maybe one generation below how to speak their languages.
Yeah, you say that. The problem is that the problem I find with them,
we're a minority.
Them are not teaching their children the language.
So it's the next generation.
But the reason why they had to learn those languages, and this is where it differs from us, is when they came with all of them. So grandma was there, and grandma don't know English. So if you don't speak whatever you're speaking, the grandma and you cannot communicate one time. So that's why a lot of the Asians anyway, that's why they know the languages, because they came and they all came at the same time. They all came, and there's some people in that house that don't understand English. So this is the language we're going to speak, and this is how we speak it. And obviously you have to remember that a lot of the you talk about Pakistan, they speak Arabic, innit? A lot of them speak Arabic.
No, yeah,
they do. Muslim languages.
They speak Arabic. So it's a lot of stuff that comes from there.
The reason why I was saying
not the ones that I know.
So they speak them.
Urdu,
Hindi.
Gujarati, so no,
Pakistanis, I don't think they speak Hindi. But anyway,
I'm not sure what the languages are, but the ones that I work with, for example, they don't speak Arabic. None of them. No, they'll greet. I don't need to ask them because I hear them talking.
No, as in that could be your second or third languages.
No. I say that they don't. That they don't speak, like that's not their default language.
Yeah, Urdu is the one that they say they speak a lot of. Urdu in Pakistan.
So they learn how to speak Arabic because of their faith. But by default, it's their native language.
But the reason why I was saying that I think we should know better is because we are friends with a lot of these people, and I mean, in the slightest respect of just being able to say hello appropriately. Do you get what I mean?
In whose language?
In whoever your friend's language is. Like,
but they again, some of them. This is another thing. Unlike the black people and Africans and whatever, they don't sell their culture. You know.
It's not a matter of selling it.
It is, because they keep their culture to themselves. They don't necessarily out there trying to push their culture for other people to then go and use.
Yeah, but I find if you ask about it, they will tell you.
Yeah, but they're not there going out of their way to give you the information.
But that's the point. I think also maybe part of the reason why we don't learn other languages from when we're in places like here is because the culture of here is not to learn everybody else's language. It's for everybody else to learn your language.
Yeah, that's what I was saying at the beginning. Yeah, so you don't. Why do I need to learn anything else but English? If I live in a country where you go to another country and you not even expect them, you get annoyed when they can't speak English.
I think that's outrageous. But
that is what it is.
That is outrageous.
It is what it is, and that's the privilege and entitlement that we have being born in England.
And the only problem that we have now is that as much as the empire has died, it also won. They won and lost at the same time. So they've lost the empire. All that Great Britain image is gone. But the reality is, everybody speaks their language,
and will continue to speak their language.
And that's it. That's it. You've won.
Yeah.
Lost the battle, won the war.
Well, culture is.
I don't even think they lost the battle, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they kind of, even now when you look at the politics, the politician or the politic issue in Africa, I'm trying to think of the word. Political issue.
Wow.
In Africa, you know that, yeah, they've won or they're winning or whatever. Like they may, I don't even want to go into it.
Winning.
Yeah. But yeah, I lost my train of thought there. But
it's cool.
You know, in terms of teaching and learning, I always say, you know, so far as you got breath in your lungs, so far as you got your head screwed on and you're not insane, there's still time to learn.
I'm studying as it is now, and I'm telling you, it's hard. I used to take to studying quite easily. If I wanted to learn something, I would go and dig into it, and I would find that the information stuck. Now it's so hard.
Yeah, I think the older that you get, the harder it is to absorb in information. But it's about training your brain. It's the same thing. If you don't train a muscle, it's gonna be dormant and dead. Obviously, the brain works in a certain way for you to function, but I think there's a learning part in your brain somewhere that if you don't use it, it's gonna be difficult. But keep going, keep learning and doing what you're doing.
Recently, at your age that you are now, yeah, what things have you picked up? What new things have you picked up that can either be seen as hobbies or anything that you've learned, or something that you now seem to be involved with that you wasn't when you was younger?
Hobbies.
Is there anything new that you're doing?
No.
What about you, Steph?
Yeah, bare DIY stuff, innit?
DIY. So you're saying DIY is your
with
new
his
thing.
cars, houses. Yeah, I'm doing stuff now that I haven't done before, never done before. That's where I'm getting my learnings.
Okay. What about you,
Steph? So it's much more practical.
I don't think so. I'm thinking about it. I don't think there is.
Okay.
There's things I want to do though. So, you know, things in technology and stuff and languages, you know. Can I ask what it is that you learning?
I'm studying some vocational stuff. So, you know, you got a whole syllabus of things that you got to read and that.
And that in itself is just taxing the reading and
it's not even
comprehension.
The reading and comprehension, and it's not. I don't find that it sticks in the same way. Like before, I could say, all right, boom, I'm going to do a week worth of reading. I'm going to do 2 hours minimum each day. And then what would normally happen is I would do 2 hours, take a break for an hour, 2 hours, come back, do another hour. Yeah, so it would end up being 3 hours a day maybe. And then I would say by the end of the week, I'd be like, probably be ready for assessment. Go into the next week, do one more session, do the assessment. Boom, done. Now, I've been doing this for months.
Okay.
I've been doing it for months, and it's not even like it's a great body of work. Do you get what I mean? But it's just so difficult.
Yeah, it might be. You might have to change the way that you're learning. You may be a visual learner now.
Yeah.
You know, maybe videos as opposed to text. You know.
Either way, boy, I just know that one look a bit of uphill there. I'm just like, wow.
Some people, when it comes to academic, why can't I talk today? Academics, and they take it like a duck to water, innit? You know, like when it comes to learning and remembering things.
So I'm starting to feel like maybe my Jamaican side is coming through a bit more, in the sense where I have to learn differently. Because before I was a Nigerian, read this, it stays in your mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I have to do a different type of learning.
Yeah.
Might have to put it into song.
Man, I'm indifferent.
It could be that. It could be that. That's what I'm saying. You just find different ways, because for me, I'm not the most academic in the way how I see it. So I would have to do things in multiple ways for me to remember it and then take it into a test or take it into a learning. So I might have to read something, read it again, write it down, and then listen to an audio, and then I can go forth with confidence. Or visual, watching a video, take down notes, read it again, watch the video, read it, and then I'll be ready.
It used to be read it. How did I do it again? It used to be read it, write it, read it, argue it. So it's all good and well knowing that if you put X to Y, it equals Z.
Why?
But why?
That's a good one. That may actually help to trigger your brain.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. That might be a thing that people have done normally in terms of learning. But the why is something that...
As in showing you're working out?
No, I mean...
The way that you was looking at him...
because that's what it is.
Looking at you like...
Yeah, no... That's with maths, it's normal. So you would actually need to display how you got to this equation. It's normal, but with different subject matters, you don't always need to know the why.
You
just need to know the answer, and that's why a lot of people saying that the modern way of the way how the curriculum is or the way how schools are, it's just about who's got the best memory. It's not about like when you get to a certain stage, maybe college, university. You got to provide a thesis. You know, you got to do your, what's this thing they do at the end of universities now?
Dissertation.
Your dissertation. And with that, you've got to show why and how you got to this conclusion. But in the main, when you're leading up to that, it's about how good is your memory.
I think that's fine. Don't get me wrong. Yes, I agree with you. Memory is a massive part of
this opportunity
of learning. But your working out is when I was younger, I never got it. It's like show your workout out. I'm like, why? What difference does it make as long as the answer's right? And then you realize that the working out is more important often than the answer itself. Are you doing the right thing to get to the end product? So if I've taught you this is the way to run, or this is the way to cut wood, or this is the way to do anything, and you're doing it wrong, the end product is less important than how you get there, because you're working the wrong muscle. And then when it comes to doing it properly, now you can't do it properly because you never did the leg work properly. You're working on your arms when you're trying to play football. It's
but what is properly though? Properly in this country, for example, is not properly in China when it comes to working out maths.
Well, maths, isn't it? For me, maths is universal. It doesn't matter where you are.
But it doesn't matter how you get to your end.
As long as your working out is correct, you can do different methods of working out. Maybe in China they will be using an abacus, and here they were using your fingers. I don't know, whatever. But the working out is working out. Maths is universal. It doesn't matter where you go, what you're doing.
I think the working out is fine, but the why part.
That is the why.
Is that the why? All
right. Why did you get to this point?
Or how? That's how.
How and why? I get it. Maybe I'm playing semantics, or I'm being finicky, but the end product, I'm realizing more and more sometimes is less important, because I was all about end product before. Always. It's like, it's the end product. If it's right, what difference does it make about all this other stuff? And then get to the point where it's like, in life, that's good.
Your methodology and how you get there.
How are you doing this thing?
Important.
How are you wooing this woman? Why is it that you can get so many women? Yeah, because how I'm talking to these women is different than just what the end product. What I'm saying, I love you. Okay, how are you saying I love you? Or I'm saying your love is mine and I'm never letting it go. Oh, that's how, as opposed to just the end product. So for me, that superimposes over I'm trying to think of what it doesn't. Whether it's how you're driving, it doesn't matter what it is. It's like, how are you doing it? Do it right. So I'm very big on doing things the right way. Up to the point where it's like I'm realizing the people in my house, all of them, my kids and my wife, is like they're rolling their eyes at me. It's like, why are you so tough on doing things the right way? And it's like, because shouldn't we strive to do things like really, really well? Is it just the end product that's all that matters? It's like, I don't know. I just have this thing where it's like, I guess I'm a perfectionist. In some regards, it's all okay. I've realized in business, it's not often the best thing to do for business. That's where I've realized people that do things fast. They do 70-80% quickly, as opposed to me doing 100% very, very long. Those people they're way down the road. And I did it right. They'll give me thumbs up from way down the road. They're like, yeah, okay, you did it perfect. But I'm all the way over here, just doing good enough to get to the next step. Because
and then I'll buy your method of how to do it right.
There you go.
And
so
then I'll be doing
for
it right.
business, my method of doing things perfect and whatnot, that's when you've got to a certain level where you're good enough to do it fast. Because when you're good enough to do things fast, wherever it is. So for instance, I was telling my missus the other day, because we had this discussion, she's like, you're too finicky. She was talking about it with her. Like, I pull her up on too many things. And then so I've been dwelling on it, and I'm looking at my kids, and it's like I'm out too half on them, and this and that, and then I realized, no, yeah, basically, but I had to, but because I was like, shouldn't we try and do things well? And then I said, like, something with the podcast. 15 years ago, it would have taken me 2 days to edit this podcast, and now I'm editing on the way home because I'm good enough to do it fast now. But I'm bang on. If you learn it. Now I'm good enough to do it fast, and I've been listening to other podcasts, and I don't know how long it took them to do it, but they're trash. And I'm doing this half in my sleep. But I had to earn that right to do that. And I just feel that you have to earn the right to do that, apart from in business. In which, if you're just trying to make money, then just make money. Then it's like, if it's not a non-moral thing, if it's not that you're not hurting people, you're not putting people down, you're not taking advantage of people, then fair enough. Just do whatever you need to do to get to the next step. Because business is about just step.
Okay. I invested in money.
Yeah, but
the hows and the whys.
But for life, how you make it, like investing, building, I don't know, the gym. Some people will be like, yeah, I lifted up 100, whatever, I don't know. But they'll be like, you're doing it wrong. You're not building a muscle, you're hurting your back. You're doing it wrong. How you do it is more important. I'd rather you lift half of that weight and do it properly.
Yeah,
because true. Then, so for me, how is so important. But I guess certain other people, just like, end product is just end product.
I think that is the case in school, though.
The end product. Yeah. In terms of, they just want you to pass this test. Then, often.
That's how it is.
It depends on the teacher, innit, as well. So sometimes the syllabus is there, but you'll have a great teacher that will know and understand that it takes more.
How many of these schools got great teachers?
I have no idea.
I don't know, but just based on
Brampton Manor,
based on our experience and some of the experience that people talk in a school of maybe 20 teachers, maybe 2 will be a teacher that
10%. You reckon?
Yeah, maybe even less. And I think you look at that with so many different aspects of life, whether it's a manager or at work or whatever. There's some who just get it, and some don't. Some are just about zeros and ones, and they don't care about anything in between, and they may hit their target the same way how the other person does, so they looked at in the same way maybe to senior management or, to a director. But I'm not that kind of person. I'm the kind of person that wants to do the right thing for other people to help them. And it's not just about getting a result. It's about how you get it at this stage of my life. Boom, boom, boom.
It's a cultural thing as well. To go back to the language thing, who's that? Was it Zanu? Who's that dude we were talking about a few weeks ago? The one that said that if you go to Japan, you mentioned.
Yeah.
He said that the reason that is so like disgusting in Africa, in terms of it's messy, is because
what's messy? Sorry,
society,
okay.
Like clutter, dirty, things are not cleaned up properly,
gutter,
no order, lack of order. There was a word that he said that in no African country, there's no word for this. I forgot what the word, like a queue or organize or something, whatever it was. It's like there's no African word for it. It's like that's a Western thing or it's an English thing or whatever it is. It's like we don't do that. So you might go here and everybody's queuing up But when you're back home, everybody's just crowding around the thing, and he's like, because it's not part of our culture. So, and then what it is that you're trying to superimpose somebody else's culture on yours.
Mm-hmm.
If we did things our own way, then it'd be cool. But we're trying to take on your thing and
shoehorn it into.
Yeah, we don't do your thing.
Yeah.
So he used an example of, he's like, black people, the stereotype is Africans, we're always late. He's like, because I'm not co-signing this, but it was interesting. And I spoke to somebody else, and I'll get to that in a minute as well. And he said, because back in the day, if somebody said, I'm going to get to you for 6, you would walk across the village, and it's very rude to not talk to the people such and such. And you're there stopping to everybody, and then you get there at 7 or 8. But everybody knows that you have to stop and talk to everybody. So that's normal. Nobody was expecting you to get there at 6 because they're expecting you to greet everybody on the way, because that's the village style, as opposed to going straight. I think okay, just say you're gonna be that 8 instead of 6. But okay, cool. I was speaking to somebody, and I'm trying to remember where they're from. It's the first time I met them. They were from East Africa. It was either Somalia. I think it's Somalia. Yeah, because I mentioned Somaliland, and then he looked at me. He's like, "How do you know about?" We just started talking about. He's like, "How do you know about Somalia? How do you know about all this stuff?" I'm like, "I pay attention to geopolitics." And I said, "I'm an African. I'm a Pan-Africanist." He's like, Then he was telling me about. We went down this thing because he's learning Arabic, strangely enough, and he was telling me how beautiful it is. Like, the language is not straightforward, and he's multilingual in it, but he's learning Arabic again for his faith. And it's like the language is different. It's like it's not linear at all. It goes here, there, and everywhere. It's like it's quite different. And it's like he understands why you can't basically translating the Quran into English. It's like it doesn't make any sense anymore. Like, you're losing so many things if you translate it to English. It doesn't make sense anymore. So that's why you'll lose so much of the meaning of it. Yeah. But then he said he was a bit younger than me, and we spoke about traveling, and he said he'd been to a couple of countries, but they were all in East or North Africa. And then he mentioned Yemen. And he said that there was a time in Yemen, because things that I was saying was triggering him. It's like, yeah, you know what? There was a time in Yemen, and I went to the shop and I wanted to buy something. And I'm there queuing, and everybody was pushing past me and blah, 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 blah. And I didn't get the thing. I was with somebody. And then the owner of the shop came to me and said, "Do you have a problem?" And it's like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "What's your problem?" He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "What do you want? What do you want here?" He's like, "I want the thing. I've been standing here trying to buy the thing." He's like, "Do you see anybody else like doing what you're doing?" He's like, "No, but it's polite." And the man said, "No, you standing there is not how you order things in this country." The man like chastised him, saying, "What you're doing is wrong. You come here and you basically have to barter and shout or whatever it is on top of everybody else. That's how we do things in this country." And he's like, it blew his mind. He's like, he can't do it. He said when he walked down the street, everybody would offer him food. That if you're sitting outside in the restaurant, they'll offer him food. And I was like, why? Because you look different. He's like, no. He's like, that's just what you do. They just offer people food. I'm like, that's a bit strange. He's like, everybody. Then he said this one story, and it's just sounded very strange. He said, one rival, not gang, like a tribe, kidnapped the son of one of the elders of the other tribe. And they were going to kill him for whatever reason. And then they decided what was worse was to feed him for a few days and then parcel him back. And like, this don't make sense. He's like, bruv, this is what I was told. He said it's very disrespectful to feed him, because that is the highest honor you can give somebody or dishonor, or no, to take food from somebody is a dishonorable thing if you can't afford your own food, kind of thing. So to feed him and treat him well and pass him back, he knew that he'd go home and he'd be a disgrace to his family. That you had to eat at your enemy's house for days. But they said, so that was almost worse than death. To do that. And I'm like, culture's just amazing. Just different cultures just do things so differently. It means so things much. Are so different. So when I'm talking about doing things well, I know that in somewhere in the Far East, the things about how you do things is important. How you cut a piece of meat, how you sit down, how you do this is so important that I like that kind of culture. I think structure and all that stuff is important to me. As far as I've always liked that style of, there's a proper way to do things, but you know, I live around where I live, and it is what it is.
Yeah, you said that you had the conversation with the guy, and you said there was something else.
That was the thing. The last two things, about the kidnapping, and whatever I said just before the kidnapping. I don't know what it was now, but yeah, I found it interesting, and then I realized, am I ever going to Yemen? Because I'm saying, bruv, you're only going around East London. He's like, yeah, I need to go out more. I want to. Sorry, East Africa. What did I say? East Yemen.
London, East London.
I said East London. No, I said you're just doing East and North Africa. He's like, yeah, he didn't even realize that. I didn't even realize. He's like, I want to go out more, but I guess that's where I'm comfortable. That's what I know. I said, okay, yeah, whatever. That's cool because I haven't been to all the countries you mentioned. I ain't been there. So, and then am I ever going to Yemen?
My wife was just talking about that.
Am I ever going to go to Yemen?
The only time that we even heard that word Yemen was
with fly friends. Over it. Huh?
No, with friends, because the guy went to Yemen for no reason because he was trying to run away from a woman, and they said that his company set up to Yemen, and that's the only time we ever heard of Yemen. Like no one really speaks about that country at all in any way, shape, or form.
No, I hear about Yemen because of geopolitical stuff. It's always seems to be the what do you call it? The proxy for unrest in the Middle East. They always seem to mention Yemen, or Yemen always catches a stray bullet for something.
I find it so interesting when you see these videos that they do, these recreations of how these different countries that are now war-torn, not to say that Yemen's war-torn, I don't know what's going on in Yemen, and how they used to look beforehand, and how things used to be liberated and used to look a certain way and all this type of stuff. It's really interesting how you see it, but then now you just see it as a war-torn country and it's just been destroyed.
What was it? There was a series where it's like when democracy came to whatever place, and they show you a side by side of what that place was in what, and then they show you recently when they've had whatever contact with democracy.
To go back to what we were saying about England winning, there's so many places it's touched, and it's like, we're going to civilize you, and all you've done is crumble that place. And again, I believe I've got to the consensus in my own brain now that it is that
superimposing of culture.
One culture on top of another, and if the one culture still tries to grab, so you have the occupied country, if they accept the occupier's culture and try and overlap it onto their own, it doesn't often work. Because you have lots of countries that have been occupied. Most countries in the world have been occupied. But then when people leave or when you fight them off, what happens then? Do you just, I'm going back to where we were before? Or am I trying to take some of your bits and add it? Or you're always going to take some of something. But are you going to take a lot of their stuff and then add it onto mine?
With the occupation, they usually do an amalgamation of different tribes and different countries and different things. And that causes the problems because then you're moving people that wouldn't move together and then making it like whole and then saying this is the right way, this is the wrong way.
Okay, yeah,
and
you're
none
right.
of it matches. So then
so then Nigeria. So in that how many 300 tribes? Yeah. So you're not Nigeria, are you?
Yeah, exactly. So then it is what it is, but it goes that way.
Sure.
Yeah, no, so yeah, in the example you gave, then you end up pushing 3 cultures on top of each other or more.
And then trying to just, again, obviously jealousy then hits which culture is more important than the other. It's just palaver, but it's occupation. So are you lot still doing like this?
No, go on.
I know I want to talk about the boxing. I want to talk about the Dave Chappelle thing where he cast off Bill Maher.
Yeah.
And that's just popped into my head.
All right, anyway, because I was talking about the things that your people are doing when they get older. I've now decided that I've now started getting into what they call smoking meat and cooking meat.
This is your new hobby?
I'm on this thing aggressively, bruv. So my wife is like looking at me like, what's wrong with you, bruv? I'm buying random chunks of meat and because I think I told you that I got that
egg thing.
Yes, you have mentioned it.
Does it take wood?
What types of the pod?
Yeah, you can put wood in it as well. So you can put coal, but you can put wood to make it smoky. Yeah. Thingy. But then I'm not always smoking. Sometimes I just like to roast it. It's a barbecue, but I'll use it more like an oven now than a barbecue.
Is it it's not gas?
No.
Okay,
that's disrespectful. Gas,
Yeah, you have to use fossil fuels, my G.
Yeah, you have to actually coal
pollute that.
Yeah, then you have to wipe out your face like you looking for air. But yeah, I've been smoking and cooking meat like often, like for the past 3 or 4 weekends because it hasn't rained even on the time it's raining, I'm still outside. So it's a weird situation. So you have to get the thing to the way you get to. You have to let it like it's a learning curve, and it's very so somebody like me. It's quite how can I put it?
You have to be patient.
Therapeutic.
Yeah, in a way.
Humbling.
So yes, because I'm so I want to get it done now. This is
impatient. You're so impatient.
In varying ways,
yeah. But you can't.
You can't be with this because listen now. There's times when I like the coal on the barbecue thing, and I'll step away from it thinking, let it get to a heat.
And it goes down.
No, it goes high. So basically how it works is if you open up the lid and you leave the bottom part open, the fire will just burn because it's all about how much the air gets into it and how it breathes into the fire.
The triangle of fire.
And then you got what you call heat deflectors, which they put on top of it to compress the fire to make it into an oven type thing, yeah? But you need to be careful because if you let it get too high, without then putting the heat deflectors and then closing the lid and then closing because it's got little panels that allows you to open to let it breathe the airs at the top and stuff like that. And if you don't do that correctly, then it either overshoots the heat that you're looking for or undershoots it. And you have to be like proper. Like, so that's what you're saying now. That's what it reminded me of when you were saying you have to do it properly. If you don't do it properly, you are something that will take you maybe 6 hours to cook is now going to take you 8 hours to cook because now you have to bring the temperature down to whatever level it is because you've got it to, I don't know, 300 degrees and you need to bring it down to actually like
225
120 and then now you have to try and get the way of getting the fans the vents to get down to the thing. And I was just thinking this thing has now become my thing, like it's my life now to the point where the other day, because I did one yesterday, I roasted a shoulder of lamb and that's the one I say I've probably done the best because I've had to learn to be patient and it's taken me several weeks to learn to be patient that I have to get to this certain level. It took me 6.5 hours to cook that meat. 6.5 hours. I woke up, I don't know what time in the morning, I was cooking his meat just to get to the particular perfection so I could do the tendonism thing. You know what I was talking about when I said to tendon?
The carver where you just carve.
No, when you like basically you just like shake it and
shake the bone and everything comes off.
It didn't all come off, but some of it came off. I was pleased with myself. But it took me ages to learn how to get to that point. So now I'm trying to see if I can do that going forward. So I think this is not my new thing. Yeah. But then the reason why I asked you guys what a new thing, because even then when I was thinking about I'm doing this now, this is my thing now, I'm doing smoking meats or whatever. I was thinking about us man should be playing golf. All of this type of stuff that I'm seeing all these people my age doing. I was thinking about Lloyd Life. I know that Lloyd Life plays golf now. Yeah, and a lot of again because he's an old man, isn't it? He's a big man.
Yeah, so from a long time he's been.
Yeah, but you know how old he is there? He's old.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff that we're not getting into, is it something that we're missing out on? Like we should be doing this.
I'm missing out. If you guys are up for golf, I'm up for golf.
We used to play golf. Well, at least
we never played golf.
We didn't play golf. We did the what was it? Driving range, didn't it?
Like everyone around me like in my workplace, to certain people, when they got to this 40 something, suddenly they just all played golf.
Yeah, but I bet you asked, did you play golf with your parent? They'll say yes.
I don't think they did.
People I know that play golf, they went with somebody else earlier on.
Did you guys go golf before? Like, I swear you guys went golf a few
driving
times.
range.
Only driving range.
Yeah,
No, I haven't played proper golf. Yeah. And even then, I was thinking about the time that we went to go and do the axe thing. So obviously we spoke about that on the reference. And I'm thinking this is some stuff that us as men could be doing, like older men. Like what are we going to... Like I'm happy just being in my house and not doing something. My wife said something to me the other day again. Every day, every single week, somebody's showing me that I'm washed. Remember I told you last week I was washed because I was going to I'll tell you the story about me. You might have heard about the story of me. I'm going to the dump now. I go to the dump too often to the point now that the man in the dump lets me through. Like how security used to let us in the club.
Hold on. Have you ever driven to the dump and dumped stuff?
Yes.
Why are you looking at him like?
I'm just checking.
Guessing him.
I just don't see you as a kind of dump guy.
How many times have you been to the dump?
How many times? A few times. I can't say I've counted.
But that's fine. That's good. Okay.
Because then you're starting off with the what's it? The
premise. The guys.
When you know something already, somebody knows already.
Context.
Or basically that you need to take identification to get into the dump. And you've gone past that bit. He knows that already. So I'm asking him, do you actually know that?
So you need to have ID to be able to get into the dump.
When I was doing refurb, when I was doing my house, my flat, when I first got it, there was a lot of stuff I had to remove, and even my parents' place when I was there, it was normal in Pearly, man.
So you have to show them your identification. Yeah. The man let me in like he told me don't worry. And I was like, this is like back in the day when I was in the club. That's how bad it is. So that's my thing. So I was saying that showed me that I was washed. This is what my wife said to me today. I've been married to my wife for 6 years. Almost 7 years. No, I'm coming up to 7 years. It's 6 years. I'm coming up to 7 years. And she was like, I don't think you've really been raving, but I don't think me and you really go raving. And I think I've only seen you go raving with your boys maybe like 2 or 3 times when we've been married. I know it's more than that. But that's how washed she thinks I am. I don't even go out.
I'm still with this.
She thinks I might as well be a house bitch. That's how I am. I stay in the house and I cook meats on my barbecue stove. That's who I am.
Is it just me that thinks raving at our age is just not necessary at all?
I don't think
you really don't see yourself as an uncle.
Is she talking about raving per se or just going out?
She was just saying raving. She said raving with her. She said, and she goes, I know you go out with your boys, but even then, it's not really that many times. And it just showed me like, well, the way she looks at me now is, I'm not that type of that's not my thing, which is fine.
Yeah,
I'm not having a problem with it, but it is showing me that in society, I must be looked at as washed.
Not really, but you also have to take into account that
Dettol, everything.
Your wife still goes out.
Yeah, she does. That's what I'm saying.
So that's what a lot of that comment is about. That it's like I still go out, and so it's not about an age thing, so to speak. It's just like what's going on with you. Why?
No, she's not saying that what's going on with me. She just knows that I don't go out because obviously she has a problem that everyone has or I used to have with if me and Stab was going to separate places when we was younger or whatever. She has the where's your husband?
Okay,
so she gets that quite often. Like if she goes out, where's your husband? Where's your husband? People she don't even know is like where's your husband. Me that don't go out anymore, I shouldn't even be known as the husband. No one should even know me as far
as I'm concerned. That's legendary status.
I know it is.
I don't have to be there, and I'm known.
It is known.
And when I go, if I go somewhere where people are asking these questions, because don't get me wrong, it's not everywhere I can go, but I'll go to certain places and sit down by myself. And by the time I've left,
I think it's fat, Joe.
I do it. I defend it. And to be honest, for my own ego, there's a couple of times I've actually done it. I know there are people.
You don't want to be watched.
I know there are people in the place that I know, but it's busy. I'm not even going to go look for them. I'll sit down by myself,
and then
people come and find me.
And then
you were there one time. It happened. I was by myself, and then I left chatting to. I knew how many people around me by the time I finished. Forget the people that I knew that I know were in the place. Brand new people.
Yeah, that's woo though, isn't it?
I like it.
That's woo, man.
I don't know what that is. That woo?
That's woo, isn't it? When you can, what do they call that? That's when you can.
I have an attraction. I know that about myself.
You talk too much, bro. That's all this wrap it up as what it is. You talk too much.
So when I'm saying by myself, I don't necessarily start any conversation. When I'm talking about in the club. I'm not talking about on what
the club.
Wherever you are, you start the conversation.
I'm shy, man.
Somebody could be standing there not even bothering to involve himself in any situation, and then suddenly somebody will be talking about something, and you drag that person in. They didn't want to be involved in your conversation, and then now by the end of it, but you've already sorted them about 4 times, and then they're already now invested because you've insulted them. And then now, by the end of the night, you're there chatting to them, asking them about them, trying to give them marriage advice or what type of relationship advice you want to give them.
I defend it.
Let's go on tonight's conversation to be done with it. That's
you and Webbs used to do that. Used to bring people into the conversation that were like someone who was there on the periphery. If you caught eye with them and thought actually they heard what we're talking about, you'd automatically involve them in.
You know what? I feel sorry for those people because what they do is they'll go by association and assume that I also want to talk to them, and I don't want to talk to them. I don't.
I like meeting new people. So
same. I
think it keeps me young.
It's good to talk and to be social, man. Do you know what I mean? Like the other day when he was at, where was he? At the get off your chest boxing thing. I can't remember which fight it was now.
Okay, yeah.
It was. It was it.
Yeah, it's Crawford.
I don't know.
Crawford. Is it Crawford? Yeah.
Crawford. No, it wasn't. No, it was Ben and Eubanks.
Yeah, okay, and
I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, like obviously the afters was better than.
I said that to my wife just today. I said the afters is always better than the event. I said if I could go to the afters rather than go to the event,
and that's what we used to do.
In fact, that's why we had the conversation in the first place.
You left.
That's right. Yeah, because I wanted to go and do what I was doing with the DIY, which is one of my other hobby things. That was it. But then as I said, I'm from Wash, bruv. I would rather go out and fix my toilet than do what you lot was doing there. The thing.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering what's going to happen there. Is it going to start popping off?
Oh, it was a good conversation.
But I didn't know because everything seemed like everyone was going about their separate ways. So I said, you know what?
And that's why sometimes you just wait to the end.
I looked at you. It's you I looked at. I looked at Mr. Wolf. I said,
is he staying?
Is Mr. Wolf staying? But then you looked like he was going. So I said, Mr. Wolf looks like he's going. So I can't rely on Stav because Stav will stay to the very end. It don't matter if he's there and the dog, him and the cockroach in the corner. He will be there chatting to them. So I said,
I can't. Relationship advice.
But if Mr. Wolf is staying, then maybe I might just stay alone.
So you gotta control your bitch.
If the meat is going somewhere. if the media's going somewhere, then maybe I might, see what's going on. But at the time, it just didn't look like it was gonna happen.
Nah, it's true.
Then that's what I said. Let me just go.
Because I even said, man, I should have stayed in my house because I was upset with the fight as well. Like, I was like, bloody hell, man. So I was just there, and
also the one that was there with them, I didn't want to take that person home, and I knew that if I stayed long enough, she would have tried to.
Oh, they dropped me to my car.
Did they drive?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That person drove. Yeah.
If she told me that she drove, then I would have stayed then.
That person drove, and she was right in the middle of the chat as well with someone you mentioned before as well. Kanye was there, and he gives you a run for your money as well. That butter.
I'm still proud of how I described him the other day. That day.
How did you describe him?
When I mentioned about the Achilles heel.
Yes.
Is this an inside thing that you're going to
No.
I mentioned it on the
because you said it to his face.
Yeah. No, it was not an insult at all. I said that, do you know the stories of Achilles and where they talk about his heel? I said,
the Greek god.
Yeah, the gods, they picked him up by his heel when he was a baby and dipped him in some sort of magic potion that made him impervious to whatever. But because they held him by his Achilles, that part wasn't dipped in the juice.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't just hold the hun after dipping to finish it off. But
I said with Kanye, they did the opposite. They just dunked his tongue into that juice, and his tongue is magical. I said, as pause and no homo as it can be, this one can talk anything into anything. Like he was built to sell.
To sell and to talk, yes.
Yeah, he was. That's his thing. His tongue is magic. I said,
like even Yoms was there, and I think he was giving some to Yoms, and in the message group afterwards, he was saying, "Bloody hell, man! Like I couldn't do what I wanted to do," or he felt like Kanye just dominated that chat. He was just rapping, brrr, brrr, making people laugh, brrr, everyone laughing, brrr, go get some food, brrr, drinks, brrr, laugh.
He's
very good.
Yeah,
he's a very good conversationalist, to say the least.
But then it comes to the question then, because that's for me, that's his, what do they call it, your selling point, your SOP or your USP,
unique selling point.
What do you think your USP, because you're calling yourself Wash, but everyone's got their own USP. For him, it's so evident. They're like, you meet him once, it's like, oh, that man can sell ice to an Eskimo,
water to a well.
You get me? So that's what he
I'm
can
a
do.
hustler, baby.
He's a hustler. That's what he is.
Yeah, but there's a lot of hustlers that don't talk like him. His thing is, he's got the gift of the gab. He's been given that God-given gift of talk, and everybody listens. And
he's a Messi. He didn't. There's no way he had to train or work hard to do it.
Yeah,
he was born at 6. I'm sure.
I think he's lived in numerous places, and I think that's allowed him to become like that.
Nah, man.
I bet any money if you speak to him and talk about his history. If he tells you the exact,
he will tell you about.
He's lived in America, isn't it?
He's lived. Yeah.
You used to say another thing. You have to say everything he says. You have to. Which one is the 100% truth? Which one has got this soya on top? But I think a lot of that is how he's molded into who he is.
I think it's natural. I don't think he can learn. I don't think he can
learn that.
There's what they call it, potential energy, and it's like so this is what it could be. So you could be. It's like the football cards or whatever the FIFA.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, everybody's potential is 100, but it's not really. So my potential for running might be 50. Potential. Yeah, potential. That's what I could be. Your build could be, your potential could be 80. And if you work hard, then you're 80. And if I work hard, I could work harder than you, but I could never be more than 50. His potential is beyond most people's potential. So even if he's had other things that have put him in place, his potential is beyond mine. I will never be able to talk like he talks. Doesn't matter what I do, where I go, who teaches me, what lessons I do. His potential is beyond me. And I don't think that he had to try to get to 70, 80%. Maybe the stuff you're talking about is just adding on an extra 15% to make him close to 100. But he was always going to be 80 without doing anything. And I think everybody has that thing. It's just, you need to know what is your thing.
They talk about the gifts. Huh?
He hasn't made that impression on me the same way he has on you guys.
Oh, we spent every day with this guy for a long period of time. You get what I mean? So you sit down. When's the last time you sat down and maybe had a conversation with him?
Not long ago, like I was there. Every time I go to that place, he's there. Or I've seen him a few times, and he's just chatted to me. Okay. I just because I think I'm different because you lot are receptive to conversations.
Maybe
I want to. Most times I'm having conversations with people. I'm finding a way of how I'm going to get out of the conversation.
I think you've got a point there. Yeah, so where he can see that there's a draw, or, where he can show himself or display his gift, then he would do that. If there's not a place to do that, then he probably wouldn't. But I was going to say
another gift.
Yeah,
to know when not to
when to talk and when not to.
When to waste your time.
Like the gifts of the spirit is some of the things that God gives people that is innate. It's in you. It's right inside you. And that's one of the things. And I'll talk about people who have that, like celebrities that we would know, is your Martin Luther Kings. They said that when Clinton spoke, this guy, Barack Obama, when Denzel Washington talks, when certain people talk, people listen. And that's just one of the gifts.
Certain people like Dave Chappelle,
which we call the Degree Up. But this last special is not good.
No?
It's diminishing returns for his Netflix stuff now. It's like it was better that he has like 5-year gaps in between things rather than bring out.
So he has to bring out something often.
I don't. It depends on what you look at it for, because I don't go to Dave Chappelle to look for type of comedy things anymore.
He's not funny.
His message is more important than the comedy. Yeah, but that seems to be the thing that's now, and he drops in comedy and makes things funny at certain points.
Bill Maher is a comedian who has a show on HBO that I listen to. I listen to as a podcast every week when it's on. He's on his hiatus. Yeah, that's what I said. A show on HBO, but I listen to it. I don't watch it on HBO because I don't have HBO. I listen to it as a podcast every week. I can't remember what it's called now.
Is it Bill Maher show, isn't it?
No, I don't think so.
Or Tonight Show with Bill Maher?
No, I know. Right, calm down. Either way, one of you can find out the name of your show, anyways. But he is on the left, but he's got a thing about being real. So me and him have that, I think, that similar trait where it's like we'll talk to whoever side, we'll take the common sense from whichever side it is. I'm not just going to back it just because it's my team, whatever. So
real time with Bill Maher.
Real time with Bill Maher. All right. So he would call him. People would put him on the left, but maybe he's a bit more of a centrist. But in the last 5-6 years, he's happy to adopt a lot more of MAGA talking points. Still cusses Trump up to the point where Trump has cussed him like often, all the time. He's running in Trump's head, but and to be honest, I have no issue with it. Where he will take on, well, this makes sense. Why you like, for instance, Trump has knocked down the east wing of the White House, and he's building a ballroom, which can house, I think, 1,000 people. What do you think of that? Knocking down a whole part of the White House, which usually is kind of like run by the First Lady, and he's building a ballroom there. Is there an issue with that? Do you have an issue with
what part of the house is he knocking down?
The East Wing. It's gone now.
Yeah, what does normally happens in the East Wing?
I said usually it's like the women kind of like run. Maybe their offices will be the First Lady
has her offices there. Okay,
but still, I
don't think there's anything wrong with that.
He shouldn't be doing that. Not in the White House, bruv.
Why?
I know they make renovations in the White House to make things,
of course,
but that's a massive thing.
Every new administration that goes in there, they do works in there. They change the configuration of certain things.
I know everyone's complaining about this one.
Okay, Mr. Wolf, have you got an issue with him knocking down the east wing of the White House and building a ballroom?
Not particularly.
Which is going to be decorated in gold and all sorts of.
I'm assuming that's when you have your. When you move into the White House, that's the side that you can do what you want.
No, you can do what you want, full stop. But it's not often that people don't usually knock down parts of the White House. I'm not even sure it's even.
I'm assuming that he's kind of doing a renovation or decoration. Is it really knocking down?
No, he knocked one part of the White House down, and he's building a massive ballroom that can house 1,000 people. I believe it's 1,000.
Well, I can't say I'm particularly bothered about what he's doing.
Maybe because we're not Americans. But a lot of Americans have an issue with it. A lot. And he's funding it. He's saying, the taxpayers are not funding it. It's all private funded by my rich friends. So all these companies.
Could be. Tech companies. He's got a lot of rich friends.
So a lot of people have issues with this. I have absolutely no issue. For a couple of reasons. One is, like Simple Simon said, he's not the first president to do massive renovations. That East Wing was not part of the White House when it was originally built. A few presidents ago, somebody built it for whatever reason. And like I said, I believe it's the First Lady that usually kind of holds those quarters down. Secondly, and more importantly, when people host, when the president hosts at the White House, these big balls or whatever dinners where they have all these foreign dignitaries and presidents and kings and whatnot, they don't have a place to do. They don't have a hall, basically. They don't have a function hall. So what they do is they build stuff on the lawn where obviously it's going to look immaculate, but they build it in the lawn to house 600, 700, 400 people that we're going to do this feast or wherever it is. And he says that's a shambles. Taking into account the type of person he is, he cares about image. These things are important to him. Yeah. We should have somewhere that because I'm not the only president that does this. This is part and parcel of being the president. We're going to host things every so-so. Yeah. We're going to have 100, 200, 300, 400 people, heads of state, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. How can we be building things on the lawn every time? It's ridiculous. Knock this thing down, build a thing. I have no issue with that because I co-sign both things. Yeah, that thing wasn't always there. Yeah, people have built it. They've done this. Somebody had the issues. They like on the East Wing there was a pond. Yeah. Sorry, a pond. A swimming pool that was there because one of the old presidents had the issues with there. He needed a swimming pool, but it's been under concrete all this time. Yeah, so it's like people change things. Yeah, his change is very dramatic. Yeah, but people change things. And then the thing about the ballroom, the ballroom, I actually agree with that completely. That doesn't make sense to me.
I think the thing with it though is that you have to take into account where his influences are coming from. Because I know for sure he's gone to other presidential houses around the world, and they've got certain things in place.
It wouldn't even be president; it would be kings. It would be Emirates, and
they will have ballrooms there as a normal thing. And he must be thinking to himself, well, yeah, if you're saying that this is my country, I'm in control, this is my house in my country that I'm in control of, you need to be able to host guests.
So that's that. I forgot the point I was trying to make. Oh yeah, we're talking about Bill Maher.
Yeah.
So he was one of them people, like he's saying what I say basically. Yeah. You people are crying. You have an issue with somebody, then fair enough, but not everything they say is now the wrong thing they say.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So Trump's the idiot, Trump's this, Trump's that, but 20% of what Trump says is right, and you people are shouting at or even 25%. Sometimes, again, going back to what we're saying, how we implement things is wrong. In fact, most of the high level thinkers say very often what his ultimate complaint is correct. There's too much people coming into the country taking this jobs or whatever. He's right. There's too much crime. He's right. There's too much this. But how he goes about trying to deal with it is like you're on crack. Like calm down. Like the way you're doing it is unruly.
You're moving mad,
and it's not like it's
you're ruining it.
It's just different than everybody else has done it before you as well. So it's whatever. But you can't just keep cussing him for what he's saying because sometimes what he's saying is right. Anyways, cool. But since the war with Gaza and Israel,
say that?
Because I'm saying that Bill Maher, is
it just to say that he can say when things are right and when things are wrong?
Bill Maher,
yeah.
Bill Maher, for me, one of the reasons I started listening, because I don't listen to all these late night shows. Here's one I listen to because I very often agreed with him.
Okay,
very often.
But the reason why I'm just saying, because that story it was very long-winded. I'm trying to see how it links. You're doing what Dave Chappelle does in the thing. So I'm let you get to the end.
I'm long-winded because I am not good. I'm not Kanye. I'm not good at relaying things fast and concise.
For years,
concise is the word. I'm not good at being concise. So that's it. So that's why it's not because I'm doing any special thing. Okay. But in the last few years, he seems to be people like me who were agreed with him a lot are now starting to be like, yeah.
Who's that, Trump or Maher?
Bill Maher. And in the last couple of years, during the Gaza war,
Gaza must sit forever,
or the Gaza whatever,
Gaza Foundation, bang.
He has been bang on the Israeli side, bang on. Like they can't, really? Almost like they can't do no wrong, and
surprised. Oh my god, so that's my
so most people that think like him do not have that same thing as him. So because he's the type of person where most people in his shoes, in terms of they're centrist or they're a bit leftist, are not co-signing Israel just doing whatever. In the beginning, it's like, yeah, you have to back yourself. But then after you killed this many thousand children, this many thousand women, this many thousand non-compatibles, you're just knocking down hospitals, you're killing journalists. It's like, it got to the point where most people were like, you've gone too far. But Bill Maher is not even saying that. He's saying, well, if these people are trying to kill, because at the end of the day, the people they're fighting saying, we want your people gone. We want the Jews finished. So that is true again. So as far as you're concerned, if you're saying, I want all of you dead, then do whatever it is you need to do to get them first. Don't, because if it's up to them, they'll get you. So that's how he looks at it. If they had the choice, they will eliminate you. So who are you to stop telling them to eliminate us?
I'm not
nonsense.
I don't know the answer to this question, so I'm not being
them.
Sorry, what?
No, the rhetoric is nonsense. They can't eliminate them.
So I'm not I don't know the answer to this question.
You're not being facetious.
And I'm being facetious, and I'm not being an advocate or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But have you ever heard the Hamas and them say that they want to get rid of the Jewish people off of the earth?
Not from their mouth, but I don't hear anything from their mouth. But I know in their doctorate that, that's part of it, is that they want it's not like, we want this place run by Muslims. It's like they want the Jews gone. I don't even think it's like, I want them off the land. I need to check it properly. So I might do a TBT when someone else talking to thingy. But it's like, no, we want them gone, dead, like finished, eradicated from this thing.
Because the reason why I'm asking is because I've never heard that.
Oh, no.
I haven't heard it. I'm not saying that it hasn't been. I haven't heard it. What I have heard is Israeli defense ministers, whoever is speaking, I've heard them say that they want them completely gone. I've heard settlers say that they want the Muslim people completely gone. But I don't believe I've ever heard Hamas or any of the Muslim people say that they want...
don't say Hamas and Muslim. Don't link it.
Hamas or any of the Muslim people.
That's like saying Nigerians or Africans. It's two separate things.
Okay, sorry.
Hamas are Muslims.
Palestinian people, I should say.
Hamas. It's a political stroke revolutionary thing, and it's like saying the Black Panther Party want everyone dead, and then somebody saying all black people. But I haven't heard black people say it. But the Black Panther might say it.
No, but how I understood the political makeup of Palestine, Hamas is effectively the military arm of the representation. From what I understood,
it's both. It's the political and the, if you want to call it, the military arm.
Okay, so then at the same time, then what I'm saying,
they represent them to some extent.
To some extent, but I haven't heard them saying that they want to eradicate Jewish people. I've never heard that. I've heard them say that they want Palestine to exist, but I've never heard that. So I was just genuinely asking.
Okay, because I'm only going by what I've heard.
Okay.
But again, it's never from Hamas's mouth, because I don't hear things directly from Hamas. I know they do have people that talk on the press, but not necessarily often, and not maybe necessarily on the avenues.
Okay, you're watching. Okay, so what are your results?
Okay, so the 27 Hamas policy document. It's a struggle against Zionist projects and Israeli occupation, not against Jews because of their religion.
There you go.
It claims not to wage a struggle against Jews simply for being Jewish,
there
but against Zionists who, it says, identify Judaism and the Jews with their colonial project. It explicitly rejects persecution on nationalist, religious or sectarian grounds, and says anti-Semitism is linked to European history, not Arab or Muslim heritage. So officially, in this policy document, Hamas
differentiates
its political opposition to Zionism from hatred of Jews as a religious group.
And that was my understanding. That's why I asked the question.
That's the 2017 Hamas policy document, apparently.
Yeah,
according to
that's my understanding. So when you're saying that they want to eradicate them, so it's all right to eradicate that. That's why I was a bit confused by that. And Bill Maher having that point of view. But
that is a narrative that has been pushed out by all Zionists.
What that
Hamas wants to kill them.
Yeah,
and that is being pushed out to the masses in Israel as well. Because the public, well, not all public, but if you speak to just members of the public, that also hate Hamas in Palestine, they want them eradicated as well. So it's not like it's not something that you hear it quite often. They openly say out of their mouth, and they will quite proudly say that they want to eradicate them. And it's in the same breath say it's not a genocide.
But this is what I'm saying to you. So it's only coming from one side. From from my
apparently. Similar to what Wahala's saying, it's like what is written down and what they're actually doing and what they say. So their charter might say one thing, but what they actually say with their mouths and what they actually do is, according to this, it's saying it's a bit different thing. So yeah. And the founding document apparently wasn't, so the one that happened in 1988, the Hamas founding charter, is different than this latest one, this one that happened in 2017. So the founding one in 1988 was a bit more gangster about it.
Right, but from what Wahala just said, is that it's the Zionist people that are saying that the Hamas want to get rid of the Zionists, and then obviously the average Jewish person on the street now is echoing that because that's what's been published. But it's only one side that's been saying it. That's the point.
But you're saying it, and then there's people bombing your house. So as much as you might say they're not saying that they want to get rid of us, when somebody throws a bomb at you, or there's what they did on September, whatever date it was, October 7th, and do that stuff. Then again, if you're on the other side, then you feel like these people are trying to get rid of us. So maybe my mouth don't open my mouth to say it, but your actions show you the same thing.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's like saying I don't cheat, but then I'm seeing you outside with 2 bitches.
If you count October the 7th as the start of the things.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I'm not talking of the saying when you have these things. I'm not using that as an example.
So what I will do is go and do my own research more on that, because you actually just highlighted to me. I'm only going by what I'm hearing. Because I take news from this side and that side. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's always right.
I'm going to get to this thing. Oh, sorry, can you get the link? Because you're talking about Bill Maher, and obviously I'm assuming that you're talking about the Dave Chappelle situation. Yeah, so get there, man. It's like you've got all the way around the houses.
Because it's splintered off into natural conversations about other things.
Okay.
Anyways, so he's been very pro-Israel, and to the point where he's, as far as I'm concerned, he's been ignorant about it. People have come on and he's like very dismissive, very obtuse, as far as I'm concerned. Because usually you're usually quite even keel with things, but with this you're not. You're just like almost like it doesn't matter, whatever. So because he's been so rude about it, I mean that's his nature to be rude. But if you kind of agree with him, you kind of like allow it. But in this case, he's just been rude. He's been very dismissive, very rude. And so anybody that says anything that's pro Hamas, or forget that, anything that's pro Gaza, he insults those kind of people. So Dave Chappelle in his latest stand up said. Went to is it Saudi Arabia they went to?
Mm-hmm.
They went to Saudi Arabia. A bunch of comedians went to Saudi Arabia. They did some sort of festival there, invited a whole heap of comedians, and in the comedy field in America this was a big deal.
Yeah, it was massive
because
they had bare comedians there, man.
A lot of comedians went, and there were people that rejected going because they had an issue with Saudi Arabia or that area of the world, that part of the Middle East. And Bill Maher, I think, was one of those people, I'm assuming.
Okay.
And Dave Chappelle was one of the people that went.
Okay.
And he made a joke where he said that he felt more free to talk in Saudi Arabia than he did in America.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the only bit I've heard about that bit before. And
yeah, that caused controversy.
Maybe from Bill Maher, because basically like chatting rubbish, America land of the free speech, etc. What are you talking about? In Saudi Arabia, the journalists that they killed, the very popular journalist that went to the embassy somewhere or wherever
in Turkey, was it? Or something
so
like
I believe it's Turkey, and then they chopped him out. It was that big news story that they chopped up the journalist in the embassy. I remember they kept talking about the type of knife that they chopped, like a bone cutting knife. They chopped him to pieces. No, they killed him. They mentioned they chopped him to pieces.
And on orders of the Saudi Arabian leader.
Yeah, all right. So there was that thing. So his joke, so I'm going to spoil the Dave Chappelle joke, was basically, they had a problem with me going to Saudi Arabia. I'll get to the point where he's talking about why he felt more free to talk. But in essence, it's like, because they killed a journalist, and not to
diminish that.
Yeah, it's nothing. But from what I know, Israel have killed 240 journalists.
Yeah,
so far
they've killed more UN so he's like members than anyone in history.
F Bill Maher, because he chats rubbish, because he's defending them basically. How you defend them? I mean, they've killed hundreds of journalists, but you're complaining about these people that killed one. It's like there's a fake
equivalency
here. And there's that. The thing he said about being free to talk in there, then it's because when he was getting cancelled for his trans jokes. So it's like they tried to get rid of me for making jokes about trans people. And it's like, and strangely enough, those jokes went down quite well in Saudi Arabia. So that was that.
That's funny.
Yeah. So that was it. I'm very long-winded. I'm sorry, but there you go.
Sorry, just because we were on the conversation of Gaza and all the rest of it. Rest in peace and condolences to the people on Bondi Beach. You heard about that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the Bondi Beach massacre. Rest in peace and condolences to them. That, like, no one. I don't condone that kind of behavior.
So Bondi Beach, there were two Muslim people who were sympathizers or friends of, I don't know which one of these Islamic terrorists. One of them.
Is Al Qaeda? What's the other one?
The initial ones, isn't it?
ISIS. Sorry, it's ISIS. It was ISIS.
It was ISIS that they were. But they were friendly with, or looked up to. I don't think they're actual proper members, but either which way,
it was ISIS that they were trying to put their back in.
They were fraternizing with their mans, and they went to Bondi Beach, and there was a father and son, madness, and they shot lots of people and killed, I think, 15 or 16 people.
They were just letting off shots, boy.
Yeah. And then, as strange as it is, because Australia is not very friendly in terms of immigration.
He was an immigrant that brought one of them down, right?
He got shot.
A Muslim immigrant went and took one of them out. And
he took the gun from them, and then they went and shot him as well.
Yeah, I know this. Go on.
Yeah,
he took the gun from him. Took 4 shots. The president of Australia has gone to see him and said, "This is what multiculturalism is about." Kind of like this is what being Australian is about. Yeah, so that's that. So yeah, obviously, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention it was a Jewish festival that was going on.
Yeah, it was Hanukkah, one of the days of Hanukkah.
Sorry, I completely forgot that part. So yeah, so they were out their way to go and kill Jewish people. I think that this is going to start escalating more because now in this country, because of what's happened there in Australia, Rishi Sunak,
Keir Starmer
and Kemi Badenoch are going backwards and forwards. Kemi's gone and spoke to the Israeli this and that. It's like, we're not doing enough in this country to defend you guys. The security is getting worse in Jewish schools and Jewish festivals, and we had that thing recently here as well where somebody attacked the Jews in the mosque. Sorry,
in the synagogue.
Excuse me.
Where they shot the guy that did.
Yeah. So I feel that, as we mentioned a few weeks ago, we're on the precipice. We're on the cusp of something going on, and now this is going to be a part of it as well. This Israeli thing, because it's like the Muslim thing's been around for a good 5-10 years now. Since 9/11, even that's 20 years, 25 years. But then it's been getting more and more, and I just think the Jewish now stuff is getting involved. And we're just on edge. We're just on edge.
Yeah, man. Famines, rumors of war,
the end of times.
And the end of times, as Revelations say. All of this shit is supposed to happen, and it will happen, and it is happening, whether you believe it or not.
I don't believe it. So
the Great Reset.
No, that's fine. I don't expect everybody to, but what is happening is that we are seeing the world currently on fire everywhere.
And there's no reason to be. We live in abundance.
Yeah, I mean,
relative abundance.
But do we? And I think that you'll find 50 years ago, maybe 100 years ago, there were things that were going on in the background and this is now kind of the cause of that thing. Whether you look at 1942 and planting people in a country that doesn't belong to them, and you're looking at what is taking place in Palestine right now. I mean, there's crazy things going on in Nigeria, things going on in Sudan, things going on in Russia and Ukraine,
Congo,
India. There's things that are happening all over the place. United States of America, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of good things that are happening, don't get me wrong. But in terms of the place being on fire, there's a madness, and what we can see firsthand, is mad. Let alone what's going on behind closed doors.
And I think that's the difference between now and before. I think all of this stuff has been
always been
forever,
going on, yeah.
And we just haven't been able to have an eye on it. And now we have eyes on everywhere.
Yeah, technology's allowed us to be able
to tell
everybody's story.
Yeah,
and that has enhanced the stuff. So things that are maybe wasn't, or maybe it was on level 7, level 8, or even let's say level 5, level 6, is now on level 7, level 8 because of social media and pushing these narratives out to the world that we can see what's going on, and then it's making things worse. So,
Mr. Wolf, would you say in the past 3-4 years you've become more politically aware?
No. Okay. I'd say I think I always was. When Lady Diana got killed, at the time it happened, I thought they killed her. I didn't think that she just died in a car crash. So my mind and my political mind, or
I'm not talking about your eye being open. And when I say aware, I mean as in what you're ingesting. Because I would bet my life that when Princess died, you knew whatever you knew, you had your assumption, whatever your assumption, but you did not consume what you're consuming now because of social media. You was not reading the paper every single day, flicking through every single page, learning about Iraq and
multiple
Sudan
papers
and
as
blah
well.
blah blah.
No,
blah, blah.
I think that.
Whereas
I don't think that there's an argument to suggest that there isn't more ways of learning or more ways of knowing things. But yeah, newspapers and teletext, bruv. The radio is a big thing. Like when you look at the way how radio and TV came about, and then the tabloids, they have a massive influence on people back then. Like, you know, people like our grandparents would say, like, the radio was the big thing. You know, that we got our news from it, and people consumed that news, and people believed in the news as well. So there wasn't a lot of people who maybe today, there's not a lot of people who were maybe critical thinkers back then. They heard the news, they believed the news. Now we're in the information age. So yeah, so there's more information out there, and it may be more difficult to decipher what information is the right and the correct information. But yeah, we're in the information age, so there's no doubt, there's no argument there.
I would say for myself that 10 years ago I was not consuming anywhere near the information I'm consuming now. So I have become more politically aware because I'm consuming more, I'm learning more. It's just that simple. For me, personally, maybe it's different for everyone else. And social media has been a big part of that. Podcasts have been a big part of that. Stuff that wasn't there 20 years ago, basically. So my dad used to buy paper every single day. So I'd read the paper at home, flick through it. It's not like I went through every single page, but that was one news source. It was a tabloid newspaper. I'm almost ashamed to say that I read now. Now that's one of 50 things that I'm going through daily. So, and then it's quicker than sitting there flicking through a newspaper as well. I'm hearing stuff from all sources. So I'll just learn more. I didn't know anything about Africa back in the day. I knew about Nigeria. And that's it. I didn't know that.
In my coming up, the news was something that happened in kind of 3 or 4 different stages. So my dad was always having Nigerian news.
All right.
So we had TVC news in the house from a long time ago. And also when Al Jazeera started broadcasting, that changed a lot as well. So Al Jazeera became one of the other channels that he would watch at times. And it wasn't even because of anything other than just having news told by different people. The news is just different. You get what I'm saying to you? So if you're in the UK and you're listening to BBC News and all the rest of it, if you understand how news works, agendas are agendas. And because of that, there are some things that will not be mentioned at all, and there are some things that are over-mentioned, over-represented in the mentioning, in a guise to push an agenda or what have you. So we ended up having different news on in the house so that you could get a good, or at least a better representation of different places. So yes, all news is agendarized, but
not all. Sometimes it's more about audience. My audience, did you?
Yeah, man, I did.
Go on. Let me hear what he's going to say.
It could be that this news place is pushing this stuff because they know this is what's going to get them clicks. I'm not saying there's no agenda. I'm saying that agenda, it might be a part of it or only half of the stories. The rest of it is just, this is what's going to get us links. and then another place that is there geared towards another type of people, geared towards African, geared towards Arabs, geared towards East Asians. They're just giving news that they know we're going to get our clicks from them. And I was not paying attention to news that was geared towards anyone else before, whereas now I am. That's so, and you might call it agenda, but if I'm saying that when we discuss stuff on this podcast, we kind of assume that most of our audience is black. We kind of assume most of our audience is within 10 years, either side of our age. We kind of assume that when you say, oh, let's stop talking about football because I don't think our audience will, it's not an agenda to say that we're talking about politics or we're talking about relationships or we're talking about whatever it is because that's what we're trying to push. It might be just that's what our audience kind of likes. Because I would assume you would quite happily, if you thought our audience cared about it, could sit here and talk for an hour and a half about football. Mm-hmm. It's not to say it's an agenda. Let's stop talking about football. Let's talk about something else. We're not pushing an agenda. We're just doing what we think the audience wants. And I believe
Are we doing what we think? I'm learning new here because I'm just talking to my boys.
I told you that's what I like, but it wouldn't be the first time that we said we're just talking to ourselves. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the percentage. I'm a big chunk of I'm talking to my boys, but at the same time we're still doing a podcast.
Fair enough.
Cannot just put something out that I know nobody cares about at all.
Fair enough.
Yeah, if we're talking about the glory days and we're enjoying ourselves, in the back of my mind as a host, I realize that okay, after 40 minutes of talking about, do you remember that time at this place? I really did this. If it's completely insular conversation, we're leaving our audience. I know that when I listen to podcasts and and I enjoy your podcast, but now you 2, 3, 4 people are now talking about stuff that I can't relate to. I don't understand. All your jokes are in jokes, and then it's like I'll start now fading away. And as a host, I realize okay, as much as I might be enjoying this,
re-record.
Let's kind of like shift the topic, and that's what I believe. That's what Mr. Wolf is big on with the football stuff. Yeah, let's talk 10, 15 minutes about football, but when you're going on and on and on, you know what? Maybe our audience is not big football people, because I know I've heard for some people personally. Yeah, when you're talking about football, I kind of like switch off. Maybe he's heard the same thing. At the same time, I'm still happy to talk about it, but yeah, we don't need to do 45 minutes about football kind of thing. So yeah, so that's in response to what you're saying.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, for me, I know that you can't take any one news outlet and say, you know, this is 100% what the deal is, but I feel like the exposure to different stories, because sometimes the story is a big story and you'd expect someone like the BBC to cover it somewhere along the line and you don't hear nothing about it and you're just like, well, how kind of thing. But like you said, it's the audience, but then
and it'll be written somewhere,
but like it's
deep in it,
deep down in the,
but that's the point, is the people that want to know about it will find
picture this,
because if they're talking about
picnic basket,
some war in some country of a population of 2 million, and they don't have a massive influence like Jamaica, then it's like this news is getting buried on page 70 because nobody cares. In the big realness, those 2 million and the people that are connected to those 2 million care, but you are a tiny fraction, and we want hits.
But then here's the thing: now I found out again through the journey of this news thing. There's a news channel called We Are One, We Are One News. It's actually an Indian news channel, but they do such good international political news. Oh my days! Like I didn't think that they would care about some of the countries that they're talking about, and I'm just like, rah.
We Are One News.
Yeah.
Thanks for putting me on, homie.
They cut that and they cover the stuff. They cover the stuff that channel there. I can't fault it so far.
What was the other thing that you said you wanted to talk about?
Just the boxing. What did you think of the boxing?
Oh, okay. Did you guys see this? What's going on with this Rob Reiner thing?
Who's Rob Reiner?
Rob Reiner's an actor, director.
Okay.
He and his wife, I forget her name, sorry, she's a bit outside, so if you can find her name, that'll be thing. Basically, they got killed the same day at the Bondi Beach situation, so it must have been on the Sunday as well, I think. They basically was found slit with their throat slit in their house.
Oh.
And it looks like it's their son.
Did you not know about this?
No.
You see, this is what I'm saying.
For me, this is big news.
This is massive. This is massive.
And it looks like their son, who's suffers from mental illness and drug addiction, might have been
Michele Reiner.
Michele Reiner, yeah, and seems to be the person that committed the murder.
Wow,
it's Mazin, bruv.
And he made a film with his son a few years ago about his son's drug addiction.
Yeah.
loosely based on their relationship and their story and dealing with his drug addiction, because obviously they tried to help him out and he seemed like he might have come out the other side. But some people are watching the interviews and saying you can kind of see he looks a bit shady just from the interviews. He doesn't look 100% there. But he was arrested on the day, and he's not. There's no bail being allowed, and they've charged him with the murder of his parents. And Rob Reiner, you will know some of his films. His first film was what's that mockumentary? About
Spinal
the music?
Tap.
Spinal Tap. This is Spinal Tap.
He did When Harry Met Sally. He's in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's the dad in Wolf of Wall Street. What's his name? Dad? What's the main actor? Leonardo DiCaprio's dad.
Which hold on. To the dad is the one on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. So everybody would have seen in America. He was in a comedy show.
Yeah, he's a comedy guy, isn't it?
Yeah. In the 70s, I think. So a lot of people they grew up watching him.
Yeah.
Shows.
And that was his you in the picture there as well.
That's his son. That's the one that has been accused.
He did a few good men is him as well.
His eyes are a
You
bit
can't handle the truth.
distant.
That's his film as well. He's quite he's done a lot of stuff.
His first 7 films, we're saying, is like there hasn't been a run like that. So he did the Stand With Me, Misery, and it's like all these mad different films. Spinal Tap, a few Good Men, and then it's like his 8th film was the one where it's like people are like he fell off kind of thing. But his first 7 films, they're like that run is fantastic. And then a film that I've never watched that so many of when I'm listening to podcasts, film podcasts, they love, Princess Bride. Is it Princess Bride or what's it called?
The Princess Bride.
The Princess Bride.
The Princess Bride.
Bride. Okay.
The people love that film. Most people say it's like that's a core part of their childhood, like a Ghostbusters or something like that. It would be for me. They talk about that film. I've just never seen it, but in that would be my stubbornness actually to go and watch a Rob Reiner film, because I thought it was funny in the things that I've actually seen him acting. Yeah, and then the films that are like A Few Good Men and whatever that I've seen, very very good.
I never heard about that. I didn't know nothing about it.
Yeah, but that was in entertainment news. Yeah, because I'm into entertainment as well. Yeah. So the Netflix buying Warner Brothers and that's the news.
That's the news, man.
And then a bit of Avengers.
How much was the Warner Brothers? I think I posted that a while back, didn't I?
Yeah,
but when you posted that was late. That's why. I knew you posted. I was thinking, I didn't know about this.
But then this is the thing now, because entertainment news, I'm on it. I think what I am is I'm like surface level. I'm like the Labour Party. Yeah, I won with a big majority because only 10 people voted. So I know a lot about. I know a little bit about a ton of stuff. So I think that is one of my USPs now. I know a little bit about a lot.
Yeah, this Rob Reiner thing is just sad, man. It's just because when it came out, I didn't know whether or not it was murder suicide. Then eventually they said the son is the only person that they're looking at.
It was very respectful how they spoke about this. Up to the point where I didn't know he was even murdered at first.
It was very respectful until your boy, what did they call him?
50 Cent.
No, was it 57? What year president is?
Trump. The Trump thing is the one. Donald Trump, I need to actually read what he actually wrote. So Rob Reiner is a big leftist. He had an issue with Trump. Yeah, so many people have an issue with Trump.
Oh, that's what that message was about. Okay, I didn't get the full context. I read the message. I thought, my man's just being a madman, but I didn't realize it was something to do with something.
Somebody, and the day the man got murdered, that's what Trump decided he was going to post. But let's Davros find it.
Let me find the actual quote.
I posted it in the group.
You man's talk. Let me find it. You talk. Carry on talking. Talk. I'll find the thing. You posted it in the ESN group.
Got it, man.
Yeah.
A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away together with his wife Michele, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding and inaccurate affliction with the mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as DTS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald Trump, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness. And with the golden age of America upon us, perhaps like never before, may Rob and Michele rest in peace. That is what he said about a dead man.
Yeah. Hours after he died.
Yeah, I mean...
Was murdered even. It's disgusting.
Yeah, but you see, again, that didn't tell me that it was a murder. When I read that, I thought the 2 people died. I didn't realize it was a murder.
That's what I said in the beginning. Well, as my brother said, that was very disrespectful. But they were very delicate with it in the beginning. Yeah. I think sometimes you had these news people, they know something, and it's like, before we spill our guts, we'll be respectful and we'll put out certain information and we'll hold some things back. You hear it in politics a lot. It's like, yeah, we knew about this. So that's why when they talk about Keir Starmer is going, because so many people in the Labour Party want him gone.
Yeah.
I've heard it from so many different reporters. Stop getting at us and being upset and saying, oh, why are you picking on Keir Starmer? These guys are pulling us to the side and saying we want him gone. Enough, different, whether it's the Observer, the Telegraph, all the different all of them are saying, no, this is a real thing. They keep telling us we don't want him there. Keir Starmer is up to the point where he's like, I'm not leaving. Keir Starmer did, I'm not leaving.
Talking about Keir Starmer and this thing, when that Bondi Beach thing happened, he must have had tweets that was going out scheduled. And literally, when it was released that the people had died at Bondi Beach, he must have released a happy Hanukkah tweet to come out. So everyone was like on him for that. But then obviously it's just been scheduled. He didn't know.
They've just got a TikTok recently. And back to Trump. Do you know about the posters of ex-presidents that he's got in the White House now?
No.
There are posters of ex-presidents or not posters, whatever, pictures of ex-presidents, and he's added plaques underneath. So instead of just saying Barack Hussein Obama, president between 2004 and 2012 or whatever, he's now put things underneath. Let me find a couple of the ones, because you will not actually believe. If I didn't hear it from actual press, I would not believe they were real.
I truly believe this man is senile and he's just doing whatever he wants.
Yes, the people wanted him in. You know, if they thought him being there will be entertaining.
He's not senile. It's the west of the country that's senile.
No, I think
the people that voted him in are senile.
I think he's got
that too. I think he is as well.
I think he's literally off his head type senile type thing.
I do enjoy it though.
I don't, man.
I do enjoy it.
It's a dangerous person that you have.
It very much is, but I enjoy it.
I think that, boy, I don't know. There's a madness that's going to happen in the United States. I don't know what it is, civil war or whatever it is, but something's going to happen. You know, and I think it's going to be fueled by some of the things that he's pushing. Like some of the things that go on in the States. I think this whole immigration police that they got there, just randomly taking people and dashing them out. Madness. That kind of thing will cause some kind of, backlash without a shadow of a doubt. It may not happen now, but maybe in the future.
Before I find the quotes, because I haven't found it yet, on the picture of Biden, he took out the picture and replaced it with an auto pen because he said he couldn't sign his own.
Wow, this guy's the king of petty.
He would have said Joe Biden and then had a picture of an auto pen there instead of his face.
He's
in the actual White House.
He's I'm saying, I like. He's entertaining. He's entertaining at the very least.
I love petty. This is when I realised, because I say I'm king of petty, but this is when I realise I'm not, because I believe at some point your status means you need to stop being petty. Like, you're too big to be petty now.
Wow.
What's that? What's that?
Jake Paul's face.
Oh, so he really did break his jaw?
Yeah, did you not see when he aired him out, the whole jaw was broken?
Twice.
I can't see him that he's broken. If man was talking, he looked alright to me.
He opened his mouth at one point and his teeth was shifted that way.
Oh, wow.
He broke his jaw. Anyway, finish with Trump and we can get to the
talk about the boxing, because it's gonna take me a while.
Okay, so this week Anthony Joshua had his fight with Jake Paul. That came out of the blue because Jake Paul was meant to fight Tank, Devontae Davis, and that didn't go through. Basically, that ended after some accusations of Tank being a woman beater came through again, and he was just like, we're not doing it with him anymore. Some people say it might be because Tank refused to follow the script. I don't know, but anyway, that fight got cancelled. The fight that they changed over was to Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul. It was a 8-round boxing fight. It wasn't an exhibition. This was an actual real fight, and yeah. Mr. Wolf, I don't think you saw it, did you?
I refused to watch it.
Okay, did you watch it?
No, I didn't. I didn't even remember.
So basically, it's only me and Stav that watched this fight. So for the first,
I'll break down a little later why Mr. Wolf didn't watch that.
For the first four rounds of this fight, it was basically Jake Paul running away from Anthony Joshua, and then when Anthony Joshua got close to him throwing himself to his knees. and grabbing his legs.
1 second, baby.
Literally,
like an Usher video.
Just basically throwing himself, almost like he was praying to Allah every 5 minutes. He's dropping to the knees and grabbing his legs. It was ridiculous how much he was running from AJ. But AJ himself also looked like he wasn't trying to knock him out. He was just trying to get a range on his jab and stuff like that. So in the 5th round, he did knock him. He gave him a good couple of knocks, and then in the 6th round, he knocked him clean out. He knocked him out. So I don't know.
Clean out means that you're there
down,
unconscious.
not out.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, he knocked him down.
It was a chaos.
But the guy was the referee said, "Nah, just stop this." And in one point of the fight, even the referee stopped both of them and took Jake Paul away and said, "This is not what people have paid their money to see." Because they were getting booed. This is what they didn't pay to see this type of fight. That's how much of it was Jake Paul just trying to grab Anthony Joshua and just grabbing him.
The referee said that. You could hear
the referee said it. Clear as day. And then eventually, as I said, AJ gave him one good clean one, and then it broke his jaw, and the fight was over. Now, do I feel the fight was fake? Yes. Do I think that AJ was meant to win the fight? Yes. Do I think that he properly hit him? Yes. I think that maybe they wanted to legitimize the fight, and I think this is probably the best way for him to make a legitimate fight in the situation, because he has no right to be AJ. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So,
but maybe he wasn't supposed to hit him that hard.
I don't know, but again, I still don't even think he could hit him as hard as he could.
Yeah. So you think he still held back?
Yeah, but I think that the thing was meant to be like, you need to make it look legitimate. By that I'm running away, and then when you do hit me, obviously I should then go down. But when he hit him, you could see Jake Paul was visibly like, whoa. He even said it like, whoa, wow, like he's never been hit like that before in his life. You could see that he's never been given that type of good slap before in his life. But I think this whole thing was for him to legitimize his boxing fights, so now people could say, the fights are real.
Yeah.
These are not fake fights. Well, clearly all the rest of them have been fake fights. You've seen fights where Mike Tyson's missing him on purpose, all this type of stuff. Obviously, the one with Floyd Mayweather and his brother, Floyd Mayweather was holding Logan Paul up in it, like, during the fight, so he doesn't drop down and stuff like that. But this one, I think, was to say, you know what, let's just make it look like I got knocked clean, legitimize the fight, make me look kind of hard, and then the next fights that we do, people will think, oh, maybe it is real. A lot of people were happy to see Anthony Joshua knock him out. I still think that even though he won the fight, he still doesn't look the greatest. It wasn't like when he knocked out Francis Ngannou. You know what I mean? It still, he came away with the money. He came away looking all right. He came away with lots of women trying to drag him over the fence and be with him. But
where was it held, this fight?
In Miami.
Okay, no wonder.
But I just think it was just again, I didn't mind the last 2 rounds, but the first 4 rounds was just a nonsense.
Let me jump in if you're done.
Yeah, jump in.
Yeah, so for those that listen, obviously everyone knows that Mr. Wolf loves his boxing, man. Love my boxing purists, like a lot of men in our group as well. So with these exhibition fights, it was an exhibition. Sorry?
It wasn't an exhibition.
Yeah, but that's what I kind of will...
This wasn't an exhibition.
It wasn't an exhibition. It was an official fight, and it will be on AJ's record. So that's why it's not deemed as an exhibition.
Right.
But for what it is,
yeah,
it's an exhibition.
Of course, yeah.
You get what I mean?
It was like, make this an exhibition, but
we'll make it professional and things like that. So, I said that I'd never watched any of these circus fights before, but someone reminded me, but you did though, Mr. Wolf. And yes, I did. The one I did, there's 2 that I watched. That was the Francis Ngannou one with AJ, and the other one was the first one. And that was Mayweather versus Conor McGregor.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that fight.
Yeah, so that one, everyone was drawn in to that fight. Everyone subscribe to it. Everyone,
but that's two fighters though.
It's 2 fighters, but it's still kind of, and that's the reason why I watched it, and it's the reason why I watched the AJ and Ngannou one, because both of them are professional fighters. Do you get what I'm saying? Both of them were champions. Both of them, like Ngannou, one of the best heavyweights ever.
And Ngannou fighting Fury before him, innit? And that fight was actually
it was a good fight. And that's the reason why people kind of subscribe to it. But the idea of Logan Paul, and I think his brother had a couple of fights as well, before he went into
Logan Paul. You mean Jake Paul?
Jake Paul. His brother done a couple of boxing fights.
Yeah,
I
his
think,
brother's the one
before.
that fought 1 year ago.
Yeah, so I'm happy that they're bringing new people and different people to the sport. I'm really happy that you've got some of these UFC fighters that have fought them, and rather than getting $60,000, £100,000 purse or $100 purse, that fighting a YouTuber, they may get $700,000 or $800,000 more than what they would ever have got in the UFC, because the UFC don't really pay their fighters well. So I'm happy for that. But in terms of the whole circus thing, getting drawn in, the Mike Tyson one, I didn't get drawn into that. And then I saw that he held back all this script thing. If he really wanted to knock the guy out, he would have knocked him out.
Yeah. There was a point where he was going to, and he had to bite his glove.
And that's it. I saw that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So all it, I can't.
He literally beat his glove.
He literally bit his glove. He was gonna, because he was going to knock him out, and then you saw him like bite his glove.
Yeah, because there was an interview that one small girl did with Mike Tyson, and she was speaking to him about legacy. And then he was saying, what the F is legacy? Legacy is nothing. Legacy is some ego thing.
Hey, Joe, you said exactly the same thing.
Right. So when he said that, a lot of people like, but legacy is a thing. Like, you are who you are because of what you've done. Okay, when you die, you're not going to know anything. Don't pay the bills. You don't pay the bills. But at the same time, people like, and when he said that, we were like, this is a money thing. He's just in it for the money, which is fair enough.
He's mentioned stuff about ego and stuff before.
Yeah. But the idea, as a fighter, you fight to win. That's what you go into a fight for. Yes, you want to earn money. Yes, you want to pay, have enough money for your generations and generations. And that's why I'm okay. AJ, you go and get that 50 million, because if you would have thought he was going to be on the undercard of some next fight and he would have got something like 5 or 6 million, go get your money. I'm all good with that. But in terms of the sport, boxing, I can't do it. I prefer to jump back onto the WWE, mate.
We were discussing something before we started recording, myself and Simple Simon, and there was this thing about basically, as long as you learn how to do the craft, you can start taking shortcuts later. In essence, and it's something that I teach my children. I say, before you play, you have to work. Before you play, you have to learn. These are two things I say over and over and over again. Get the fundamentals right, learn how to do the thing, and then if you want to play later, even simple thing like walking down the street. Yeah, before you start crossing the road and jumping, you need to learn how to cross the road properly. Learn how to do it.
That was all before the podcast. That was at the beginning of the podcast.
No, the thing that myself and Simple Simon, I remember I went to the toilet talking about it.
Yeah, okay. Because that's sound similar to what we was talking about in the beginning about perfection. Go on, sorry.
So to that end, I believe that some people have got to the point, some of these artists, and I'm calling the boxers an artist,
which they are,
that once they've got to the point where it's like, I know my craft, I know what I'm doing, I've learnt, I've done the work, I'm allowed to play. Yeah. Nobody can tell me nothing. You go through 20 heavyweight fights, be a champion, get knocked down, get bruised, broken ribs and all that stuff, and tell me I can't fight for X amount of millions for fun, and just lie a bit, and I've earned, a more commercial way of putting it is, I've earned the right to do this. For a newcomer, maybe it's different, but I believe someone like an AJ, or especially someone like a Tyson, especially at his age, be like, I've earned the right to get this paycheck.
And I don't disagree with that. I just don't like the idea, because he done an exhibition fight with Roy Jones Jr. as well, and that's two retired fighters having an exhibition. It was bad. Having an exhibition, earning more money just to get more money into their account. It's all about money, innit? Mayweather's done a few exhibitions in East Asia. Do you get what I mean? So you've done your thing. As a
purist, I can see how you don't like it.
Yeah, but with a YouTuber who's not even a fighter, I can't watch it. I'll advocate you to get more money, but I ain't watching that, man. Trust me, because
I'm not a boxing fan. So for people like me, the spectacle is what drew me in.
And that's the thing, and that's part of what I said. It's bringing new fans into the sport, and hopefully by that they'll be looking at other fight cards, other boxing events that are taking place, and they'll look to.
That's what Jake Paul's doing, because he's got his now promotion. MVP
he's got a promotion,
and eventually he'll have real boxers that are going to do real things. And
where he has, like, he's very, very big on. He's been the main advocate of women's boxing in the world. He's like the biggest promoter for women's boxing now.
He had a couple on the undercard, like Danny Dubois' sister was on the undercard.
Okay.
A couple of other women was on the undercard, so yeah, he did it. But yeah, for me it was just a nonsense fight, man. But
go ahead.
As long as AJ didn't lose, that's the most important thing. But
talking about boxing, though, we had a legend retire.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
so
the legend. Okay, so this is the question now that he's got. That is done.
This is the stuff I don't know.
Terence Crawford, Terence Crawford.
I don't even know.
The question.
Pusha mentioned him in the lyric, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, the question I got to ask you.
Is he the one that won recently?
Yes, he's the one that beat.
That big fight.
Yeah, the one that beat Canelo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good on him then. He retired.
He retired at the
42,
very top.
42-0.
Yeah.
Right. The question now, brother. Bud. Money May.
Oh, yeah, it's a tough one still.
Money May defended his championship, innit?
He never lost.
He never lost.
Yeah, but
he was 40-0.
Yeah, but this one he just won the.
No, he's gone bare championships.
This one he win some belts from this dude.
Yeah,
that he fought.
Yeah.
So he's never defended those belts.
He can't. They got rid of it straight away when they got him.
Yeah, but he's had belts and defended them. So what he's done is like he's gone up in weight and grabbed the belts, and he's just retired. He would have defended them and won.
Well, he can't defend them because they took him away.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, had he defended them,
as somebody that doesn't understand these things, I've never understood these belt things. Why would they take the belt away?
I don't know. There's like some fights you could like. It's like when they used to beat whoever you beat Dubois to unify the belt. As soon as he got the belt, they took it away.
Yeah. So the idea is that there's mandatory fights that you have to have. So there's 4 different main belts, or there's 4 belts that you can win. And if you've got one person who is a mandatory for a lesser title that you have, and you have to fight that fighter based on that boxing organization, and you're thinking, well, rather than fighting this guy that's going to earn me 2 million, I should fight AJ that's going to earn me 20 million, whereas these 3 boxing board of control are telling me to fight this guy. He's telling me to fight. I'm just going to allow that belt. That's why there hasn't.
You have to pay for it as well.
That's why there hasn't been a unified heavyweight champion in such a long time, because there's 3 different belts. So when AJ was a champion, he had 3 belts, and Tyson Fury had another. And that's why they were trying to get that fight so they can be a unified champion. Yeah. So the last unified heavyweight champion was
Lennox Lewis.
Do you know what I mean? So the idea of getting a unified champion is very difficult. And if you do not fight the person that they tell you to fight, then they will relinquish the belt.
Okay.
Yeah. So you've got all of the belts now. You've got to fight this guy. And you say, nah, I don't want to. And sometimes they work together to try and get the belts unified.
Or taken off of you.
But anyway, this guy, politics. Salute Bud Crawford, man, because he's a bad man.
Yeah, so to answer the question is, I don't know, because it's like Messi, Ronaldo, in terms of not their styles, but in terms of the argument for and against. Both of them are amazing. Both of them can be deemed as the greatest. Both of them have got supremely God-given talent. To the point, it's because when people, I'm not the biggest fan of a heavyweight slugfest. You know, you get some of the British fighters, the British heavyweight fighters, and it's just about punching as hard as you can, as much as you can, hitting as hard as you can to the chest, to the face, and trying to knock someone out. I like the boxing skill element. And there's a lot of heavyweight fighters that have got that boxing skill, like Tyson Fury, Usyk, and those kind of guys. Crawford, he plays chess in the ring, and so does Mayweather. They're chess fighters. They can hit hard. Crawford likes to fight as well. So in terms of answering that question, I don't know.
All right, let me ask you.
It's very difficult.
I don't know if you know. What do they say about each other?
Nothing but respect from Crawford to Mayweather. Mayweather's got more of an ego. You know, he's got more of an ego, and he has given him props, but he doesn't really like to give anybody props.
Yeah. The thing is, I say they both beat the benchmark, which is Canelo.
Yeah.
Both of them beat Canelo.
Well,
are they the same weight class?
As who?
Each other.
Mayweather and Crawford. Yeah. So they would have met if they were in the same era.
Oh, so Mayweather beat Canelo when he was young, and Crawford beat him when he was not at his peak, but he's not.
But he was a better fighter.
Now.
Yeah,
but he was beyond his peak.
He was beyond his peak.
No, but he's still younger than Crawford.
Yeah, he was beyond his peak, still younger than Crawford. But Canelo was better at this point when he fought Crawford than when Mayweather fought him.
Yeah. And the thing with Canelo, he fights so much.
Yeah, he fights
so much, man.
Yeah, but Canelo, was he beyond his peak or not? That's what I asked you.
He was beyond his peak. But
yeah,
his
so
peak
they fought him either side of his peak.
Yeah.
Neither of them fought him at his peak. Yeah. I'm going by what you said. So
yeah. I mean, okay, so let's use, a pyramid as the peak. Yeah, that's the top of the pyramid. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say that Mayweather fought Canelo closer to the bottom.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, and Crawford fought him closer to the top.
Okay.
So as much as it's on the other side, it's either side of the peak. I personally look at Crawford's victory in a more favourable manner than the one that Mayweather won.
How old was Crawford how old's Crawford now?
38.
38. It's not a bad time to retire.
No.
It's a very good time to retire. He did the right thing.
Yeah.
He did the right thing.
It's like boxing fans, they want to see more.
No.
Yeah, but that's just, we want more. We want more.
Boxers need to learn to go out with their
I agree with that. And I think he retired at the right time. But because you're so great and because you're so good, we want more.
Do you think he's going to be on the exhibition fight scene earning his bank?
I don't know with him,
I don't think so, but you just never know. Money is money, just like the $1 Million Man said, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone's got a price, and these Saudis, and they can dangle a carrot in front of you and sway your...
I think that's probably why he left, because he I think sometimes you need to think to yourself, if I stay, I'm just going to keep doing it because the money's going to get higher and higher and higher, and while I still got all my faculties, let me just leave.
Do you know what he got for his last fight?
It would have been big.
I think, it's his biggest purse. I think it's about 20 million or something like that. About 20, and I think Canelo got about 40. So, yeah. His last two fights were his biggest purses, so he's not the richest.
30 million, they say he's got.
He's not the richest boxer, but definitely in the Hall of Fame and one of the best ever.
He's going to be doing an exhibition fight at some point.
Well, shout out to him.
Terence Crawford.
He will do one exhibition fight that will earn him more than the last five or the last...
From Omaha,
he
Nebraska.
Got bare kids, bro.
Enough kids, innit?
He got bare kids, Crawford.
Yeah.
So maybe he's going to go look after them.
Yeah, he talks, that's what he says. It's all about my kids, He's got that natural strength. He started as a wrestler. You know what I mean? So he's just got this natural God-given strength and mental ability. You know what I mean? There's some fighters that have got it upstairs and got it. They've got it in the head and they got it in the heart, and he's definitely one of them.
All right. Okay, just before we finish, let me read some of these comments. I still can't actually find the full plaques. I'm having to zoom in on picture. So the one with Biden, he still hasn't got his picture. He's just got the picture of the
auto pen.
The auto pen.
Wow.
Under Barack Hussein Obama was the first black president, a community organizer, one-term senator from Illinois, and one of the most divisive political figures.
Divisive. You done a Mr. Wolf?
Divisive is Americanism.
Is it?
I believe so.
Why would you use Americanism?
I've never heard divisive.
Okay, divisive. Political figures in American history. The plaque reads, it dings him for passing what Trump calls the highly ineffective, unaffordable CARE Act.
Wow.
And signing the one-sided Paris Climate Accords. Okay, so that's that. So that wasn't even as bad as it could be. Now I've zoomed into Biden's one. Sleepy Joe Biden was by far the worst president in American history, taking office as a result of the most corrupt election ever seen in the United States. Remember, this is in the West Wing of the White House. This is all up here on the plaque. Biden oversaw a series of unprecedented disasters that brought out. Sorry, I'm zoomed into this thing. All right, that brought our nation to the brink of destruction. His policies caused the highest inflation ever recorded, leading to the US dollar to lose more than 20% of its value. Yada 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 yada.
Value in 4 years. His green new scam surrendered American energy dominance. And by abolishing the southern border, Biden let 21 million people from all over the world pour into the US, including from prisons, jails, mental institutions, and insane asylums. His Afghanistan disaster was among the most humiliating events in the American history and resulted in the murder of 13 brave Americans. This is a plaque, people.
I'll get to the end. He left office leaving blanket pardons to radical Democrat criminals and thugs. as well as members of the Biden crime family. But despite it all, President Trump would get re-elected in a landslide and save America. All in cap letters at the end. Save America.
2 plaques. That's how bad it was. It didn't fit on one. He's made 2 plaques to stick underneath the fort. It is the cream of petty.
And the one about Bill Clinton, as we mentioned earlier on, he basically said Bill Clinton did this. He slight dig, same with Obama, nothing super major. But at the end, and his wife tried to win the presidency, but lost to Donald Trump. I'm like, I just feel once you're the leader of the free world, as they call it, the so-called leader of the free world, there's a level of pettiness that you just need to let go, brother. That was too much.
No, I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna lie. He's giving me enjoyment there.
It's amazing. All right then. Okay, on that note, let's do our church notes and our goodbyes. Start off with Big Wahala.
At Big Wahala on Insta, at Big Wahala on Twitter. This week I went outside to watch film because it's been a long time.
Oh, go on.
And this week talking of boxing, I watched the special premiere of the film called Giant. This is the film about Prince Nassim Hamed and his boxing trainer.
Yeah.
Okay, I heard about that film.
I need to remember the boxing trainer's name. Hold on 1 second.
Brendan Ingle.
Brendan Ingle, that's it. Because it's actually about Brendan Ingle. It is about Prince Nassim, but it's actually about Brendan Ingle. And it's a very, very good film. It's got what's my man that plays 007? Pierce Brosnan.
Okay.
Plays Ingram, and there's a new guy that I've never seen before playing Prince Nassim, and he played him very well.
From the trailer, he looked like really good.
He played him very well. The film is very good. It gives you a good understanding of what happened with the two of them, coming from I'm assuming both perspectives.
Sheffield, isn't it?
Yeah, Ingram died, but I'm sure he wrote a book, so I'm assuming that a lot of this is based on some of the book that was written. He talks about the relationship between the two of them. He was training him since he was 7 years of age, and then he was explaining all the stuff that happens after and all that stuff that goes to the end. But it is a good film. I quite enjoyed it. It's not long either.
Does it paint them in a good Nassim in a good light or a bad light, or just?
It paints him in both lights. So it paints him as put it this way. By the end of the film, you see him as what he's become. Like you explain to him, as a view of what he is and why he is the way he is, basically. But it's not. They don't paint him in a bad way. They don't even talk about all the stuff that happened after he finished boxing, because he went to prison and stuff like that.
I don't remember. No,
he went to prison for crashing his car into someone in dangerous driving. But but it is a good film. So if you get the chance to go and check it out, I enjoyed it.
What's it called again?
Giant.
All right.
And then so that was not a long film, about 2 hours or so. Then I went to go watch a very long film.
Have you got to that point where 2 hours is not a long film?
Yeah, compared to Avatar, the whatever Ashad Fire or whatever it's called.
I'm not watching Avatar.
Don't watch Avatar. The only thing I can say about this version of Avatar, is that the enemy in this Avatar is a bad woman. Like, everyone will tell you about the enemy. That's the thing that everyone will be talking about, because she was gangster, like the highest level of gangsterism she was. But I have watched this film 3 times in a row, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm falling asleep each time.
What do you mean?
No, it's just the same film.
I'm saying it's the same film.
Oh, okay.
3 times in a row.
Okay.
There's no change from it's the same exact film as far as I'm concerned, 3 times in a row. And this one's the worst one. Apparently there might be more.
Yeah, 4 and 5 is looking.
And I will not be watching 4 and 5. I don't think.
I gave up after 2. I was like,
it still doesn't interest me.
The obviously the aesthetics is fantastic.
Yeah.
And when I watched it I went to spend one big money. I spent like 25.
It's a big money.
£30 to watch it in the best screen with the 3D and stuff, because I realized. Sorry.
3D.
Yeah. Because I realized if you get a proper good 3D, watching it in a properly makes a big difference. I got that from watching Gravity in the IMAX, Waterloo. Even though the film is a good film, don't get me wrong, but that's one of my favourite movie going experiences, because that 3D, it was fantastic. It was a time that I actually reached out to grab the thing in front of me. It was that fantastic.
Oh, wow.
So I knew, I want to replicate that, because obviously Avatar is Avatar. But that was the first one, and the second one where I've gone out my way to, and then I realised that, but the film is not good. It's not like the worst film in the world, but it's not worth it. I would not go to watch this film in the cinema if it wasn't for the special effects. And I'm over the special effects now.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I don't need to see it
This was not for me. I really was just like, when can this end?
Wow.
None of the reviews have cussed it though. All of them have just said it's the worst of the three, but it's still very good and it's still worth watching.
I've seen the reviews I've been seeing, like the online reviews, like people on Twitter and all that stuff, love it. When I was looking at the actual reviews, people are just saying it's the worst one, as you said. But I'm not, and they're saying, it's too long. And I'm thinking, if it was 2 hours, which it could easily be 2 hours, I wouldn't feel this way. But because I know it's 3.5 hours and I'm watching it, I'm like, can it just be done now? Like
3.5 hours.
3.5
that even
hours.
Sounds
3
like
hours, 17 minutes.
It sounds like a challenge. It sounds like a challenge.
But the one battle after another is like 3 hours. And for me, I watched it twice. It flew by. I didn't feel like it was 3 hours.
I'm looking forward to next week when we discuss our best films.
I need to go over my list because I watched so many.
If I haven't.
But yeah, so those two are films I watched. Again, if y'all don't watch Mayor of Kingstown, go watch Mayor of Kingstown, please. It's almost done for season 4. Go and watch Mayor of Kingstown because it is the most gangster at the moment on the TV. So yeah, if you get a chance to go and watch that. There's other stuff I can talk about, but I'm gonna keep that to that. Oh, well, there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. I was gonna say big up, but I can't remember now what it is. So, that's it. Sorry, one more thing. Big up John Cena. John Cena's retired from wrestling now. He retired last Saturday after like 23 years or 27 years of wrestling. They call him the GOAT. You can't argue that he's the GOAT or not. One thing I'm gonna say, which is very controversial. John Cena might have one of the best hip hop songs of all time. Because I listen to his theme song every day. He goes to the wrestling, and I have never been bored of it. Not once.
Yeah, but have you actually listened to the whole song?
Yeah.
Like, the song by itself?
Yeah.
After the first bit, it's just like I don't need to hear it anymore.
With his cousin, when his cousin comes in. But yeah, for me, I don't think I've heard that song as much times as I've heard it. Huh?
It sounds like MOP.
Yeah, MOP sued him. Because they sampled him. Okay. It's them that screaming, I knew that's MOP.
Yeah, because I always thought it was MOP this whole time.
No, it's John Cena and his cousin.
I didn't know.
John Cena's got an album, you know that, yeah?
No.
John Cena has a hip hop album. It's not bad.
I pay no attention. All this stuff I'm saying, I know a little bit about. Yeah, WWE is not one of them things.
John Cena is not. He's got a hip hop album, and it's not bad.
WWE, I know nothing.
Well, I'm telling you. As a hip hopper, you should know that John Cena has an album.
Does that make me less of a man that like all these fighting sports I know nothing about?
No. If they had relationships, you'll be knowing about it. If I should tell you about the relationships that's happening with wrestling, where the women are married to the men, and which one, then you'll be involved.
It's mocking me because I love relationships.
Then you'll be
talking about it.
But yeah, so as Crawford has gone, shout out to the GOAT John Cena. He's also gone. He's not my GOAT, but he is the GOAT.
Well, definitely one of them.
More than Undertaker, more than The Rock. More than Hulk Hogan?
Yeah,
more than Ric Flair?
Yeah.
I'm not.
He's won the most championships out of every single one of them.
Who cares about that, man?
That matters. Because no one ever wanted to go past Flair, because Flair had 16. And they gave him the 17th because he's the staple of
more
wrestling.
People know of Ric Flair than John Cena. And John Cena's just retired. You don't think more people know Ric Flair than John Cena?
Of course not.
I think it's a time thing.
Just like what you were saying earlier, that maybe 25 years ago, not a lot of people would have known him because of the mediums. And now, everyone knows John Cena.
Yeah, but 25 years ago, he would have just started wrestling.
Yeah, but the last 10 years, social media has been bigger than ever, isn't it?
It's not even just social media, but yeah, he follows everyone in social media, by the way. Anyway, you'd be a random...
Social media
I'm talking about he follows everyone. So you could be a random stranger in Zingy and John Cena will just follow you. He follows all these fancy girls. He probably don't even know who he's following. He just follows them all.
The thing that impressed me about him was when he learned Mandarin, boy.
Yeah, he's smarter than people make out to be. But now, remember, he's a movie star as well. You can't just decide that Ric Flair has never been a movie star. Woo! Woo! They got images of Ric Flair eating pussy on the train.
Really?
Yes. I don't understand why they have it, but they have it. Apparently, Ric Flair, if you go to a pub in Charlotte, where he's from, or a bar in Charlotte, Ric Flair would just be there.
I made more money.
Exactly. But yeah, shout out to the GOAT John Cena.
Okay.
Sim Simon.
I haven't watched too much this week. I watched Griselda. I know it's old, but I hadn't seen it.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I went.
She did a good
Did
job.
you watch it with your daughter?
I still ain't seen it.
No, I watched it on my own.
Griselda, bruv. Griselda Blanco on Netflix, yeah?
Yeah.
The drug queen.
The drug queen.
I don't know why I thought I was the do you know what I was thinking of?
Which the which one?
Dalmatians.
Oh, Dalmatians. Oh, okay.
What's her name?
Cruella,
that's it. I knew exactly who you were talking about after when you said, did you watch it with your daughter?
Yeah,
Is that the name of that film? Because I need to watch it again because you man's big up so much.
Cruella,
yeah.
Okay.
Bad film.
Yeah, Griselda. I watched that. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Griselda.
You know that Griselda ended up with one black man, yeah?
What, in real life?
Yeah.
Okay.
See.
Which is mad because she was smoking cracks.
Yeah.
But she racist, though.
No, I don't know. But
So why does it matter?
Because she was smoking cracks and then she ended up with a black man.
What, in real life?
Yeah.
I don't see how what's got anything to do with the other.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I don't know why there was only one season. And the reason why I say that is because at the beginning of the thing, they put a quote on the screen from Pablo Escobar saying that the only man he was ever afraid of was a woman named Griselda Blanco. So I'm expecting that there's going to be some kind of interaction between them, and there wasn't. So
no, because they've got things about Pablo Escobar. This is her thing.
Yeah, I know, but for him to make that statement, he must have known her. I'm expecting.
Yeah.
Especially for they all being in Medellin and all the rest of it. So I'm expecting that there would have been some crossover. So I would have liked to have at least seen what kind of contact they had for him to make that statement. But anyway, it is what it is. So yeah, watch Griselda. Still on Pluribus as well. It's on
I'm on episode 3 of that.
Yeah, we're on episode 8 now. There's one more to go.
99% rating.
Do you... So far, my nephew said that again, because the guy that made it is the guy that made Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Have you watched both of those?
I've watched Breaking Bad. I haven't watched Better Call Saul.
Okay, if you watch all 3 of them, you notice that they all look the same.
Yeah.
Like the colouring, the skin, the colours, everything looks the same.
Yeah.
So immediately when I watched this, I was like, okay, so it is Vince or what his name, Vince Brenham or whatever. I was like, it's definitely him.
He uses a certain palette.
Yeah, but it starts off very slow.
It does.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for it to kick in because I know it is going to.
It's based in the same place as well.
Oh, okay.
Albuquerque,
yeah. So I've been watching that. I still feel like it's a Karen, but yeah, we'll see.
I only saw that one episode that was free on Amazon. So.
Yeah, I noticed that something came up free on Amazon. I didn't even know. I just started watching it on my.
I'm a
munching.
I'm waiting for what? I'm about to start It. Welcome to Derry.
Bruv.
Yeah, I'm about.
Listen, that's another one that starts off slow, but by the end of it,
yeah. So I started it and then I had to stop. So I haven't really gotten anywhere in it yet.
Listen, black people are obsessed with that program. Yeah. And they've started giving, because you know the clown's called Pennywise.
Yeah.
They started giving him black names now, innit? So they call him Big Wise, Big Pen. What is the other one? They call it Penicius. What did they call him?
Penicius or something like that.
No, Vincent. No, they had it was like proper like a black person's name. They put him in the chains with the gold teeth. Listen, black people love that program, and there's a reason why, because it's very black. At the end, it starts to get. And again, I think
it's very black.
Yeah, I think they watched what's it called?
Us.
No,
I know what you're gonna say
the program the one that they did, the one that was based on the comic book.
Yeah,
I thought I said this last week. Watchmen, and I think they just tried to do this like a bit like Watchmen.
Is this an origin story?
No. Yes and no.
Maybe I'll get. Is it scary?
No,
at all.
No, I don't think it's scary. I
haven't seen enough of it to say.
Maybe I'll get to it.
Did you watch the film before?
No, not the recent ones.
Okay.
Did you see any of them?
When I was young. When I was too young to be watching them.
It's not scary. It's more, as I said, it's a horror, but
it's a thriller.
There's a lot of stuff that goes on in this program that is not necessarily based on just it, if that makes sense.
Oh, it's political stuff as well.
Yeah, some bits of it.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get into that next. I finished.
Please watch it to the end though. Yeah.
Yeah. I've also finished watching something called House of Ninjas.
Yeah, you saying that?
Yeah, last week I finished it now. They're gonna push a second season for that one because it's actually quite good. I do like it. So yeah, that's a good watch if you get a chance as well. Yeah, and that's about it. I haven't been to cinemas. I was meant to go with a little lady to go and see Wicked for Good, but I haven't had the opportunity yet to do that.
All right.
Half term and that, so we'll get that at some point. Be good to each other, be good to yourselves. Guys, always say forever lions at the foundation.
Thank you very much. Mr. Wolf.
What's going on? To add to what Simple Simon said, I'm going to, earlier on in the podcast, I'm going to recommend a social media page. It's called Sovereign Media, and they came about after the United States banned Africa Stream. So Africa Stream was a fantastic page that showed the world a lot of what is really going on in a lot of these places. And the United States kind of, done a madness to them, banned them in their country and kind of besmirched their name, and they had to shut down. But they've now started something called Sovereign Media, and they are telling some amazing stories, some historical stories and some current news events. So please go and support them, Sovereign Media, on the Instagrams and the Twitters and all of that. Yeah. I'm going to recommend a short film. There's a Pan-Africanist that I've been following for a long time. His name is Brother Hassan, and when I say that he is a supreme Pan-Africanist, not your Dr. Umar types as looking for clicks and likes. This guy is not one for the faint-hearted. But he recommended a short film that is free on YouTube. It's called Noir, NWA. Not the NWA that we know, but it's called Noir. And I'll recommend everybody to go and watch that. It is on YouTube. It's about 20 minutes long. It's about a young American boy and a Haitian father, and I'll leave it there. I also went on to watch a couple of things. One of them was recommended by Stavriki, and it was that BBC show.
Fleabag.
Fleabag. And what did you say?
If you don't like Fleabag, I have to reevaluate my relationship with you. And the first 2 minutes of Fleabag is fantastic. Draws you in straight away.
Yeah, it's good. I do like it. It's not great, but it's good. Yeah, God. It's the I think that
I renounce my friendship.
The storyline and the acting, all of it, I do like it. I can't lie. I recommended it to a few people, good enough to recommend to others. And then when speaking about it at work, I found that quite a few people have watched it, and then the conversation piece started from there. So I like the little stories within it. The weird thing is, without spoiling it, the relationship between the two sisters reminded me of you two, Stavros and Big Wahala. I just thought about you two, the relationship between the two of you. Love each other and hate each other at the same time. Arguments and whatnot. Very good. It really is good. I also watched something recommended by Stavros.
He said it's not great,
Yeah, it's good. It's going to bug you now, isn't it? It's going to bug you. I want other people to watch it. I watched I Swear. I finished watching it yesterday.
That was me that recommended
it.
I watched that as well the other day.
It's funny, boy. It's funny.
I Swear is a wicked film, man.
And
I do like that perspective.
Yeah, it's. I love that it's a true story. I love that they're telling this story of Tourette's from the perspective of a real human being and how it affected him and how he came through that. It's very funny.
It gets you from the very beginning because of the first sentence that he says to the
yeah, madness.
It's for the very, and when it shows you the end part where you could actually see the things that he was, the actual thing that he was doing.
Yeah.
Because there's one bit, this is a spoiler alert or whatever, yeah. But there's a bit where he's obviously he's got Tourette's, so he's trying to cross the road with the dog, and he's telling the dog go when the cars are coming, stop,
yeah.
Go, stop, and then he shows you at the end him doing that for real.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. I was talking about it, Tourette's, and how we kind of came to the conclusion, me and Mrs., about how it can. This isn't a spoiler, by the way. This is more about what we think Tourette's can do to you based on your environment. So if you're around people that swear a lot, and I could be wrong, and people out there, you can correct me if I'm wrong. If you swear a lot, then that's maybe one of the things that you will do as someone who has Tourette's syndrome. Whereas I know a few people that have relatives that have Tourette's, but they don't swear at all. They just do a lot of the twitching and the noises and things like that.
Are they black?
You know, no.
Okay.
But it'll be interesting to.
I've never seen a black person with Tourette's.
That's part of what we were talking about. I'm sure that they are out there.
Remember, I said this on the podcast before. That they'll die.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it depends what kind of Tourette's they have. Like the environment that we have or that we're in, maybe, I don't know, like if Tourette's in Nigeria or Tourette's wherever, who's to say what kind of Tourette's they're going to have? This isn't a spoiler, by the way.
It's got nothing to do with the film anymore.
Yeah.
He can't hear us. We're not talking about the film.
We're not talking about the film. We were just talking about.
We're not talking about the film
itself. Stavros has got his hands to his ears. It's not a spoiler. We're just talking about the Tourette's syndrome itself. But I'll finish now. The other thing that I want to recommend is the Diddy. So I'll finish watching Sean Combs' The Reckoning on Netflix. Any of you guys watch it?
Yeah. So we spoke about it already.
Oh yeah, I haven't listened to the last podcast, but yeah, very, very interesting to say the least. So go out and watch that. 50 Cent is a very interesting guy. But
there's a lot of pushback from certain people on this 50 Cent thing, you know.
Is it?
Yeah, a lot of rappers as well are coming out saying that they don't agree with what he did.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can believe that, but I'm gonna assume that he don't care.
He obviously don't care.
Yeah, he's anyway, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching all of it, and I would recommend anyone from that era because they're telling a lot of stories that we knew, a lot of stories that we were kind of privy to, and then obviously a few stories that I didn't know as well. But yeah, very, very interesting watch, and go out and watch that. I'm gonna watch Avatar this week with my daughter, and thankfully I'm actually watching it for free. So someone gave me some kind of link or some kind of voucher, and boom, I got that for free. I'm gonna watch it at the IMAX on 3D as well. So I'll let you guys know what it's like when I finish watching it. Maybe next week.
Which IMAX?
I'll tell you off.
Okay.
Yeah. I might have a stalker.
Oi.
No effects.
And I'll recommend this as well. This app. It's a madness, bro. Stavros has said it. I actually made 2 songs. One for my son and one for my daughter. So I've done a little video montage of their pictures. It was their birthdays this month. Yeah,
very nice.
22 and 16, and the 2 tunes are bad boy tunes, bruv. Like my daughter was like, I said, "Have you listened to the songs?" She said, "No, I didn't listen. I just watched the video." I said, "No, listen." So she was listening. She was like, "Dad, how'd you do that? Did you make a song for me?" I said, "Yeah, I made a song for you."
Yeah. Lies. I'm gonna look at my door in the eye and I'm gonna lie.
But I did though, didn't I? I just did it in an unconventional way. Did you get what I mean?
You did it, mate.
You know. So her one was an Afrobeat one, and then my son was more of a motivational hip hop one. You know what I mean? And yeah, they both liked it. It was fun. And yeah, man, if you want to be all romance in the stone to your partners, go on the app. It's called Suno, and make yourself a song. Very good.
It's crazy.
It's mad. It's actually mad. And there's an upgraded version to have better songs. It's deep. Anyway, you can catch me on Instagram and aka Mr. Wolf, on Twitter on aka _Mr. Wolf. What's going on? That was the longest church notes and goodbyes from me ever.
I am Stavros Boss. You can catch me at Stavros Boss on most of social medias. What was the Stavros Says that I said I was going to Stavros Says earlier on? Can any of you remember?
Nope.
Okay, well, go back and listen to the show. I said it somewhere along the lines. I can't remember what it was. Hopefully I'll remember at some point, but I don't think I will, because my memory is laid out like that.
I'm fading now, so I don't know.
He's lagging. He's lagging.
I haven't eaten today.
He's lagging. I don't usually do this film thing, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to shout out Netflix. I watched that series of films by the highbrow directors.
Oh yeah. That season of movies.
So Jay Kelly, Frankenstein, Knives Out, Free.
What's his next recommendations?
I guess so, because I enjoyed all of them. All the one about the gambler, I think that was my least favorite one. But I enjoyed all the films. So I enjoyed this last Knives Out. I watched it. I watched the first one again to remind myself of it because I couldn't remember it. So to try and see which one is better, I think.
I watched the first one in the cinema, I think.
Yeah, because it wasn't on Netflix back then, so I watched it in the cinema at the time as well. I think this was the time when I had them unlimited things. Yeah, I was going to the cinema 2-3 times a week as back in the day when I could afford it. I could probably afford it now. I don't have the time for it now, though. So
I got 2.
It is what it is. I had 2 back in the day too, because that's when the missus would join me in the cinema. Yeah, nowadays, I have to go by myself, which I'm happy with. So Netflix, those big films, I enjoyed all of them, and it was nice and easy. And they're winning because they got the WWF, they got the NFL over this Christmas period,
and they've bought everything.
That's the reason I watched the comedy, because they bigged it up at the end of the boxing. And I said, "Oh, okay, yeah, go watch Dave Chappelle's new thing." I think maybe they dropped it at the same time. I don't know.
It came on after.
Yeah, you guys spoke about that.
I watched it.
I haven't listened to the last episode.
Dave Chappelle?
No, about Netflix buying like Warner Brothers and all of that stuff.
We didn't. I don't think
you lot did it beforehand, but
I don't remember us having a conversation.
I don't think we did,
but we know it's happened though.
Yeah,
it hasn't happened. It's still, but
it's pending.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
because they already put some shows that's from this week on Netflix already.
Mad.
They put some shows from what?
From like that I believe are HBO shows or whatever. I've seen
which shows?
I don't know, but I've seen ones that are not from Netflix, and they just coming up on Netflix. That's from these whatever Warner Brothers or thing. They're just on Netflix.
It ain't bought it yet anyway. So
it'll probably be Game of Thrones,
and then it still has to be because this is the first provider and the third provider in America. One of them, the first is buying out the third, so there might be a monopoly issue with that as well. So they still have to get
definitely
signed
off.
They're
not buying everything, are they? They're just buying the streaming service.
Yeah, yeah. So it's all big hoo-ha. As far as I'm concerned, if you're not into that kind of world, it's not even the biggest deal. But as an entertainment person, it was all the rage. It was all the talk. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. So thank you very much for joining us for this episode of the Eloquently Saying Nothing podcast. I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope we have provided for you. Obviously, Christmas is just around the corner. If you're listening to this just as we come out, it's Christmas Eve is tomorrow. So enjoy your Christmas. We'll be back before New Year's to hail you up and possibly do like a best of 2025 breakdown of different things that we enjoyed.
And everyone knows that Christmas and New Year's is a time of depression, where a lot of people go through a depression state. If you're feeling down, you're feeling bad, pick up a telephone and call one of the numbers and try and speak to somebody. Anyone that sees...
Call Wahala.
Be serious, man. Talk about people having depression that killing themselves.
Yeah, we can joke and be serious at the same time.
That wouldn't be with this one. So anyway, if you can, try and pick up a telephone call and call one of the numbers that you can find online or whatever to help with depression and all the discussions. And people that know somebody that might, be on their own for Christmas, and if you've got that space and that capacity to invite them to go to Christmas dinner or New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, please do so. Maybe you might help that person more than you know.
Boom.
Boom. Well, remember, you ain't saying nothing. Say it well.
Flag for life.
Boom, boom.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects, welcome to the ESN podcast.
We made it.